Yes, get in there, lads.
Top four. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal women fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
The Tuchel era has begun, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuchel time. What are you lot saying?
Big up to Robin as well in the video as well. Manchester United fan. It looks like it's official.
Happy New Year. I've got the Chinese kit right there. The Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year to all the mandem there. Great merch. Unlike my team that are not great, but we'll move.
Top work. Breaking news has come up on Sky Sports, and as I said, this is transfer deadline day podcast. Liverpool have signed Ben Davies from Preston North End. Not too sure if anybody cares about it or not, but Liverpool have got some defenders in this window.
Big deal. I think once Adrian gets here, we'll talk about that a little in depth, because I think that's important.
Speaking of Adrian and Ernest, they are on the wing. They are coming down. They are late as per usual. David, obviously, with a headache, you know what I'm saying? Man's got to check if he's got that Rona. You get me? We don't know. We don't know what it is, but headache, maybe because of what's been caused by Arsenal in the last week or so.
Well, do you know what it was? We thought David was going to make the first team squad, but he didn't train yesterday. No. So he's injured in the warm up. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to come on. But
Ernest, you guys are unserious.
Ernest and Adrian are on the bench, and they will be coming on later on when we need some fresh legs.
Some fresh legs, absolutely. I've told David about his antics off the pitch. You know what I'm saying? He has to keep his body moving for moments like this. So we can be here ever present every single Monday night at 8 p.m. because the listeners want to see and hear our opinion. Guys, before we get onto our teams, I think it's fair to start off with Manchester City. They have been on a run lately, which has been literally it's been steady, low-key at times. They're getting wins after wins after wins. They are top of the league with a game in hand. What are your thoughts on Pep Guardiola's Manchester City?
And this is why I told you literally like a month ago when we were top or nearby top is like pause. Because there's Pep Guardiola on the wing, and because everyone else is not taking it seriously, and some way somehow decided to wake up with no striker and no De Bruyne, it's now we have to play the catch-up game, which at the only teams two presently that are able to do it is Liverpool and United, and Liverpool started to wake up again, but United is being unserious when they had the opportunity to be more serious. So that's it, really.
Salute to the agendas as well. But yeah, Robin, you're right. Maybe that's you've always been cautious and not necessarily tried to jump on the wagon. Red
shook. I prefer the word shook. Not cautious, shook.
Shook things. Right, cool. Robin's been a bit shook, obviously, because Man City are no joke. And I remember not long ago us talking on this podcast, talking about Pep Guardiola being able to rebuild a team and I was fuming. I was getting livid because it was a case of, guys, man, come on, let's pump the brakes just a piece, yeah? They lost the league last season, fair enough. It was a Liverpool team that was Man City levels when they're at their best, right? And nobody was anywhere near them. But the start of the season was a bit slow, I agree. It started off a bit, they didn't look impressive. They didn't look like they're going to lead this title race. But I think they heard the criticisms, guys. And I think they've just gone about their business low-key. And remember, it's the thing of injuries was their main concern, especially at the back. I forgot they signed Nathan Ake. I've forgotten he's a Manchester City player. Don't know about you lot. But when you think about their defensive situations that they've had, and also, in midfield, and then, they've not played a striker really this season. And they're managing to score goals from midfield, which has been great. Liverpool are now going through that situation that City were going through at the beginning of the season, where I think, obviously, Van Dijk's injury is proving to be a lot more tragic than we first feared. But Liverpool's situation at the minute, the reason why they haven't been in that mix of late is because of the injury spells that they're having to go with. And also, I agree for every team here, everyone's knackered. We're tired.
Oh, fam. For real, bro. The games are relentless.
Bro, we're exhausted watching. You know what I'm saying? Never mind playing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're exhausted. There's games tomorrow. There's a full match day tomorrow and Wednesday.
I can't believe there's a whole midweek Premier League game week.
Exactly.
We're again going.
Yeah. And between now and the end of the season in May, I cannot believe football clubs, it doesn't matter whether you play in Europe or not, you're playing midweek football every week until the end of the season. There is one international break at the end of March or the end of February.
There's international football coming back as well, which is,
you know what I'm saying?
Very international.
What are we doing? But anyway, your thoughts on
my thoughts on City. Before I get on to my thoughts, I want to shout out to Boss like Endo. He said, I just want to apologise for writing off City and calling them average. Peter, you was right. They're going to storm the league once Sergio and KDB come back. He also mentions the unbeaten in 20 games in all competition. Plus, they're keeping clean sheets for fun. Before I get into my opinions on City, I want to invite our first substitution into the game. It's AD. What are you telling me?
I'm good, my bro, man. I'm good. How's everyone?
We are good. We're
talking about this Manchester City team, and I think for me, it's the fact that they've without the strikers, they've been able to incorporate goals from so many different people on that pitch. Yeah, Gundogan has just come up and decided he's going to be a goal scorer this season, which is nuts. Foden's scoring more goals, all of that, and. Like they every year, people always know they have the most competitive squad, right? You never know who's really going to start for Pep Guardiola. Like on the weekend, he didn't play Stones, who's been starting all week. Shout out to Boss like Endo, who's saying AD out. I appreciate it. He didn't start Sterling. He didn't start Cancelo, who I think has been the best right back in the league this season. So their depth is crazy. So we're talking about all the rotation of games. Everyone's playing a game Wednesday and then Sunday and then, midweek again. They're the ones that are going to be the most okay with it because obviously we're seeing Liverpool struggle with the rotation. We're seeing, like nobody has a second team like City, isn't it? Nobody can just change out quality for quality like that. So it's showing why they're top of the league. It's not really much of a surprise right now. Ernest is here as well. Man like Ernie, what are you saying?
Chilling, man.
We're talking City. AD, what are your thoughts on City this season?
I think for me, Pep looks at last season and he said, this idiotic, catastrophic defence is not going to cost me another league title. And I think sometimes in football, it's as simple as going out and buying players to improve the team. And we talk about coaching, this, that. Sometimes I was looking at someone like a Ruben Diaz and saying, you know what? This guy's solid. This guy's the real McCoy. And if we bring this guy into our side, we're going to keep a hell of a lot more clean sheets. And by virtue of doing that, we're going to win a hell of a lot more games. But then I think, because I even think back to the opening day against Wolves, where I noticed they played both Fernandinho and Rodri. And to me, that was more than just a situational thing. For me, that said that Pep sees, you know what? Our rear guard needs to be solid. We need to be able to keep clean sheets in order to win football games because we're not going to blow teams out of the park every week. All right, fair enough to beat. And West Brom, whatever, was 5-0. But generally speaking, it's not going to be like that every week. So I think that's basically what we've seen here. Defence, in Pep's mind, good defences win leagues. And I think he's realised that, especially when it's coming from the guy who says, I don't coach defending.
Oscar, since Man City's last defeat against Tottenham Hotspur, I think it was Tottenham Hotspur back in November the 21st, they've won 11 and drawn 3 in that time.
In the league?
In the league.
That's insane.
It's not a laugh. I mean, say again?
So that makes 14.
Yes. Yeah. I'm beating them 14. So you look at that kind of form and that is seriously championship intention. Do you get what I mean? The title race, as we know, is so open this season, and the form City are in, it's just, it's far too, it just seems far too, impossible to fight against them. Now, will they have their dip? Sure, of course they can. But I want to get Ernest's thoughts on Man City this season. Do you think we ripped them off too early? Do you think they're right where you expected them to be, or are they overachieving?
I don't think that when City go on this kind of form, they're ever overachieving because their manager is just champagne and their team is like, for me, I don't think it's overachieving when I've never been a fan of Jesus. I think he's a competent, 7th place to 15th place striker. He knows where the net is, but he seems to lose where the net is. They said he hasn't scored in 9 games till his last game. So it's looking at the structure of the way the team play, a competent striker finishes half of the chances that Sterling was missing early in the season and stuff like that. But I think, like, I remember Peter said it, was it 2018? To win the league, you have to beat City. And you have to beat them. You have to beat them positionally, and you have to beat them on the pitch. You might even lose, like beat them on the day, but then they'll win the war. You know the ones.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think that it's kind of brought back this whole debate again, who the best coach in the league is. And I definitely understand the Klopp guys, but Pep is just he's too good. And I think it's just come to the point where you're seeing. I'm so glad people like Gundogan, because Gundogan was like, after Toni Kroos, he was my favorite midfielder. Like, I don't have a second team, but Dortmund 2011, 2012 was my second favorite team in the world. And the main reason was because of two players, Gundogan and Marco Reus. And I'm so happy. And it's sad because man only rate you when you start scoring goals, in it. Same as we've seen it with Pogba this season. Sure. People only start talking about Pogba when he started scoring goals. City are on the up and up. I said it months ago. I said Ruben Diaz is the best signing of the season, and he continues to just prove, like, he's made John Stones better. You know what I mean? John Stones didn't just magically improve because I still think for England he'll show himself as the real John Stones. But with
Stones, man, I don't think he's that bad.
I don't think he's bad. I just think that, just like we talk about fundamentals in football, I think he gets caught out too quick. I think he doesn't understand how to adjust his game when he's playing around different players. Hence why he's never the leader of the back two, of the back four.
He's always a B.
Say that again, Adrian.
He's always the B defender. So let's say Diaz is the A, and
he's always the Robin to someone else's Batman.
Yeah,
I don't think he minds that, which is fine. I think that, if back to the City question, I think when you have a coach, I like the fact that the best players in some teams now are the coaches. Like, it's not the star man anymore. It's the coach. Like, look at what Thomas Tuchel has done to Chelsea in 2 games. They said Chelsea's possession has shot up differently because of like 3-4 coaching sessions. And for me, this is why I always blame the manager. Always. When it comes to productivity, efficiency, effectiveness on the pitch, either you are not getting the best out of these players, or the players do not believe in your philosophy. Either way, it comes down to you. So you look at Bielsa, this Leeds team is cack. It's absolutely crap. There's not. There might be 2 players I'll take from this team. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you look at what the coach has said in training, in dressing rooms, and you can see the effectiveness. Scott Parker's not doing this with this team. You see what I'm saying? And for me, prime example, shout out to my guy Graham Potter, man like GP. The brother, he's cold, bruv. I've said it for 2 seasons.
Think so? You think he's cold?
He's sick, man.
I'm giving it time. I'm giving
no.
it
No. The reason I'm not giving him time is look at the players he plays with, bro.
Yeah.
Look at the guys he has. Like,
and the levels that
honestly, Oscar, for me, a good coach does the best with what he has. Shout out to Ollie, because he's done the best with what he has. Yeah. But if United are trying to go to the next level, they shouldn't stick with him. Sticking to Pep. City, I wrote them off early because Liverpool were just too good. And for me, I think that lack of preparation has hurt Liverpool a lot. I do think, as much as like they lost 7-2 to Villa, I do think that keeping Van Dijk healthy, some of their other players who've been injured, I think if they were healthy, the title race would have gone back to City and Liverpool. But it's become a setback for them, and I think they'll lose the league because of those injuries. But under normal circumstances, it would have been Pep and Klopp again, in my opinion.
I never doubted Pep. I was called his lawyer on this podcast many a time, because I understand necessarily, like, is he without fault? Of course not. But at the same time, it's the context of his situation currently, which always needs to be into play. And I was saying earlier that Liverpool were fantastic last year. That's not a bad thing on Pep. That was just a superb thing with Klopp, to the point where people thought Klopp is a better manager than Pep, which I thought was crazy, because the pedigree is different. Klopp won the Bundesliga with Dortmund. To beat a Bayern Munich team to win the league, I've got props for you. Even my man, what was my man who used to manage Wolfsburg? Is it Felix Magath? He won the league with Wolfsburg in 2009. So again, it's one of those where you think, okay, look, I've got to give you some respect without a shadow of a doubt. But this is Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this idea that he's not, the idea that he can't coach or this, because that started coming into play where the defenders he was buying are, window after window, and it still seemed to be the wrong guy. At what point do we then blame Pep for this? But look at the solidity of them now. When the players are there that are right to play his football, because at the end of the day, if a player cannot play the way you want them to play, there comes a point where you have to cut your losses. And, I was saying before that I'm surprised that I forgot Ake's there. I forgot how many players they've been trying to bring into this side and then replace. And like you said about John Stones, he's improved. But I think that's, of course, down to the fact that there are leaders in that defence now that are showing him the way. He looks good at Everton because he was Everton's best defender, but that didn't mean you were good. It's Pickford at Sunderland all over again. He was outstanding at Sunderland, but he comes to Everton and my guy can't get a man of the match ever in that Everton goalkeeper shirt. So my argument with that is, and this is why my argument about British managers I always just laying it down, because I care about having the best coaches in the league. Because you look at, do you remember the Premier League in 2012, 2013, that kind of era? It was full of managers and it was full of teams. I remember the football, the quality was not good. If we remember, the quality in the league was bad in 2013, 2012. Yeah. What other seasons could you argue? There's a few more that I could probably spring to mind. But
no, I think the quality of coaches improved in 2016.
Yeah, well, I'd say after that, because of the Leicester season, for example, the managers I still don't think were. As in 2016, we had Pep, we had Jose, we had Conte, we had.
I think it was a start of Klopp as well.
It was a start of because Klopp was there when we beat Liverpool when Martial had his debut. I think it's the same season that Klopp came. Right. So for me, like 2015-16, go on.
Yeah. Sorry, did Pep come that summer?
2016 summer, Jose and Pep were in Manchester.
Right.
So that's why for me, I think from 2016 and onwards, the level of coaching, that's when you saw the football improve.
Yeah.
That's when like for those people like me who were saying for years the Premier League is the best league in the world, now it was doubly that, because not only was it competitive, it was harder to beat the big teams.
And the quality of the lesser teams got bigger
because often they didn't have a choice.
They had to get better.
You look at Eddie Howe. I'll never forget Pep's first game at was it at the beach at Bournemouth, and it was Eddie Howe. Bro, that man put him to his pet. Like he got baptized. They won 2-1, but it was tough. You know what I mean? Like it was a tough game, and Pep didn't find it. Pep found it easier, I'd say, after the derby. I remember when Iheanacho scored against us, and I think Kevin De Bruyne. Then he just started to like breeze past this league, because at that point it was like Jose's at United, we might be the title contenders that year.
Yeah,
and obviously that was not the case or whatever, because I think Chelsea won it. Was it Chelsea or Leicester?
Chelsea won. Chelsea won 2017. Chelsea won like the 2017 season. Yeah. And you look at some of Pep's toughest games that year. I think Kevin De Bruyne hit the post. Chelsea got a counter attack, and the game was done. And you look at how Pep has improved. Obviously, he had Sanya them times. He had Eliakim Mangala. He had a lot of players there that were just not good enough. I'd say the only slight to Pep since he's been here is his selection process at the back has been bad. The first time we've seen Pep with a good back four, I think this is the best back four he's had since he's come. See what I'm saying? I think I agree with you.
Everyone else was questionable. Zinchenko is still questionable. He will get a red card if you ask him to. See what I'm saying? So
let me let me read some of these comments because they're speaking on some of the stuff that you guys are talking about. Footy Agenda said it's easy to be too good if you can splash 100 million every new season on defenders, but credit to Pep for this season's performance. Interesting. Abdi065 said, Ernie, don't bring up Pep's first game at OT. I've never seen a team come to our ground and pop us off the pitch like that.
We got
First half was footballing poetry in motion. There was another one before, just when we were talking about Manchester City and how good they.
Sorry, quick question. What month in the season was that game?
It was early. It was like our fifth.
It was early October. I feel like
and the only reason I remember
October.
is when I started to think, did we flop in signing Jose because he played Fellaini and Pogba as holding midfielders in that game, and David Silva was dancing. It was bad. It was bad. And it was at OT as well.
The reason I ask is because I'm trying to remember. Because lest we forget. Pep,
no, because I remember this because they built it up as the battle of not the millionaires, but because obviously Jose and Pep went to Manchester. It was such a big deal, this Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And what's happening. So
yeah, I just remember Guardiola's baptism of fire was Spurs away. Because I remember he got his butt kicked.
Was it not Everton?
I was thinking, Everton gave them a bag as well. But,
Everton scored 4 at Goodison.
Yeah, Everton did 4 good, but I think that was later on in the season where I think at that point it was when Guardiola knew, okay, these guys are not staying, these guys are, and here's what I need to add. There was a moment in the season I feel like he sort of, okay, cool, we're going to finish third. Let's finish off the season as it is now. But I remember the Spurs game, bruv. That Spurs game where Pochettino, obviously in his element, where his coaching and his style of football was so praised at that time, where he gave man the business, bro. And I remember like Guardiola sort of scratching his head a lot, where it was like, okay, this is the Premier League, right? Here we go, kind of thing. And you've never seen City get beat like that since. Like since that season, I don't remember City getting beat like that.
They got slapped this year.
Remind me.
Leicester.
They got me too.
You know, the Leicester thing is still a game that does not tell the full story. That scoreline does not tell the story.
No, because the only reason they got slapped is because Eric Garcia is still part of the team.
I mean,
but
him and all.
It's a margin.
No, because Oscar, it was like defending 101. If you're preparing for Leicester, you're preparing for one guy, James the Great Vardy.
What I'm saying is, I think
on the shoulder. Go on.
No, I think what Peter's saying is, the game didn't tell the story because of those little mistakes.
It was a good game. It was a very good game. Very contested.
It was a good game. It was a good game, but the fight, was it 5-2 in the end?
Yeah,
5-2.
That gap just feels way bigger than watching the actual game. But yeah, you can't deny it.
I disagree. I think let's go better than them.
No, they were. They were.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, they got beat in it. It's a game where the defensive errors, like schoolboy errors, that Pep has to take that into account. You can't put it on someone else. Last couple comments and then we can move on from City. B Arsenal Guna said, never rated Gundogan until now because without the goals and assists, I consider his contribution to the team as average compared to Fernandinho, Silva, and KDB.
It's a shame, man.
Wow.
Do you know what? I understand what they're saying there, but because I remember thinking the last 2 seasons, like, man, is Gundogan? Are we not going to get the Gundogan? Do you remember when Sahin went to Liverpool and Sahin at Real Madrid? We loved Sahin at Real Madrid, and when he came to Anfield, he never got going. And I felt like with Gundogan, his first year was actually really good.
Yes, he was.
The first or second year, I can't remember. There was a year when they went and popped Cardiff, and I remember him and David Silva ran the show at Cardiff, right?
Bro, there was one derby where he scored the first goal, and I swear it reminded me of Jose's first El Clasico, Xavi's goal. It wasn't the same. But the comfort in the box, it was like you know when you go DFS and you're looking for a bed. He was comfortable, bro. It was mad.
Yeah. But the Gundogan of Dortmund, man, you know, every man and his dog wanted him. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those where when he was at City for a bit, it was a bit like I felt like he has to reinvent himself. Does that make sense? Like the Gundogan we've got now is like somebody who went away in the summer and thought about, right, I need to get back on to my A game as such. Like Bernardo Silva right now, I can't find him. Yeah. And yet this is a guy who was fantastic when he first came. He's somebody that looks like he needs to reinvent himself as well.
But you can guarantee he will pop up later on in the season and be important for them. Yeah. I feel like it's coming. Fully Agenda said City's defense has been solid this season and it might push them over in the UCL, the Champions League quarterfinal hurdle. One thing I want to ask you is they're already in the League Cup final. They're still in the FA Cup. Obviously, Champions League is a big deal for Manchester City. Can they fight on 4 fronts?
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say it right now, right here on Top 4 Podcast. Where are we? February 1st. They win the quadruple this season. They do it all. They do it big. No, 5. Wait, we got 4 domestic trophies, isn't it? 5.
Yeah.
Win all 5 this season.
Wait, what's the 5? How could it be?
As in the Community Shield?
Sorry, no, I'm messing about. I mean 4, the quadruple. What I meant was the quadruple. Forget the Community Shield. For some reason, I thought that because they kept doing domestic trebles, I kept thinking there was another trophy they missed out on. But obviously, it was the Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, Man City this season. That's
you see that's a nice segue, yeah? Because I tell you, man, every year, yeah, delete the League Cup. Man are telling me, but it gives the small teams a chance. City have won it like 6 times.
Fam.
You're the ones. Delete the trophy.
Listen, if City are not allowed to enter, we can keep that cup.
Yeah, they should. City need to just allow it, man.
I'll tell them. Like, do you know how irrelevant that cup has become? Do you know what the winners of this year's League Cup get into this year?
Europa Conference.
Holy smokes! What the flip?
We've lost the Europa League place, and it's now become the Europa Conference.
Man are playing, Torino. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Genoa. You're playing teams like Granada. Like, come on. Is this the Intertoto Cup? Is this the Intertoto Cup? Is it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not into it. It's a joke thing, at the end of the day. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. Delete
the trophy, man.
Shall we move on from Man City?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the top 4 derby on this podcast. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. I feel like it's a good result for both teams in a way. Maybe
what?
not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Maybe not so more so for Man United because of the defeat to Sheffield, which we need to get onto that, by the way. Yeah. We need to go to it because, like Rance, if you lot saw Rance's footage when that second goal for Sheffield United went in, I felt him. Like I felt him because I stood there saying, "What the heck are they doing at the back?" The defending. I told you, Ernest and Robin in the group chat, bin him off. And Anthony Martial, it's done. It's over. It's over.
No. But you remember I told you, man, in the group chat, yeah. Martial's at his best when he's cheating, bro.
Listen,
he needs to start cheating, man.
It is over.
Man said he used to cheat.
Man wants fidelity so that he does well. Listen, it's done.
But you know what it is, yeah. I'm at the point. I'm at the point now where like I'm tired, innit? I'm tired of defending him. But the issue I have, he was our top goal scorer last season. Like this is why like the shackles that man's got me on. No, hold on. The shackles he's got me on, I don't understand.
Do you know
how do you go from our top goal scorer? No, guys, he was our top goal scorer last season.
No, it doesn't make sense, Ernest. It doesn't make sense. I was ready to bet over £100 that this guy was going to bag 20 this season in the league. Nice. I was so confident in his ability and what he showed last season in terms of his finishing.
Transcript of the beginning of the season when me and you had a conversation live in this house. Transcript what the conversation was. The guy wanted to bet me that Martial will score 20 goals in the league.
No. But based on our form in the post quarantine, that is not wild.
I tell you what.
17. I tell you why it's not wild. I thought he would score 3 more.
I tell you why it is because Anthony Martial, right? He in I think probably every season, maybe there might be 1 or 2 that's not been the case, where he's had good form and we think, okay, he's here. he's arrived. And then something doesn't go his way, whether it's selection, whether it's where he's placed, whether it's just his own form. Martial, my biggest gripe with him, he's Mr. Inconsistent. And this one season we're going to go with last year, it smells of how Arsenal fans can be about a certain player on their team. Just because because it is 1 year, stop it, Adrian, stop it. But I'm fed up of Martial because I liked him. I remember him playing against Arsenal for Monaco. And I just remember that whoever this kid is, like, they're going to get a good player in this guy. And it's not, to this day, 2021, you signed him in 15, 16? Correct me if I'm wrong. Around the Van Gaal era?
2014-15 season.
It's over. No, it's over. It's over. In 2014, you can't sign a player and still be hanging on. That's what we're doing right now. We're hanging. We're hanging on for our brother. But now it's time to cut the tie. It's over. It's finished.
Lola O said, have you seen the food Tony is being fed? He's starving at home and at United. I love the fact that Adrian's camera wasn't working the whole time until it comes to Martial slander. Now he's ready. Adrian's arrived.
When we said Sheffield United, the second goal, Sheffield United, ping, his camera came on. I said, oh, he's coming. He's here to give us. He's here to give us.
But guys, seriously though, I'm at the point now where I'm like, the rule that I have is universal. Anyone can get it. If you hit 25, if you hit the age of 25, 24 plus 12 months, I need to see what the hype was about, because I don't understand how a man of his ability, of his size, of his shooting ability can miss. Like, and for me, I saw it at PSG. Like, he was bad against Sevilla, and so I thought, big game, semi-finals, maybe I can't trust you. Then I watched him against PSG at home. I said, what is this guy on, bro? Like, what's he doing? What's he actually doing? Then it just carried on and carried on and carried on and carried on. But the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, first of all, we need a better coach. The second thing is, we need a number 9, like, desperately.
You have one.
Wait.
You have one.
Hold on, Robin. Who are you talking about?
No, I was going to say no. I was going to say this one thing about Ollie in terms of
what other name has he got? The killer, the sniper, the gangster. What do you mean? What is
that?
Right.
Oh my days! Listen, bro. Yeah, fam. When you started Martial against Arsenal, I had head in my hands because he is the man. You need to feed. Right, he was.
Cavani did nothing, though.
He was pissed in that game because Rashford needs to stop freaking bull hogging and give the
no. The chances that Cavani had, he didn't.
Cavani had better chances than Rashford.
Yeah,
the one when he scuffs it, and it goes across the box, and he kind of scuffs it. He doesn't really connect. That pass from Rashford was hit so hard. I didn't understand why.
Rashford and Fred are cousins. Them man passed the kneecaps and that, bro.
Well,
you have to be careful.
Horrible ball.
Wait, Robin, what were you gonna say just then? Because
my point on the whole striker situation and Ollie, I feel like what I've noticed is that when it comes to transfers and who Ollie wants, there's a reason why he wanted Haaland. There was a reason why he wanted a certain amount of players to actually build and get the team forward. The only transfer I've questioned is the Maguire one, but all the other ones that he's wanted.
Question it again.
Yeah, no, we can still question it, and we'll forever question it. But yeah, but I'm saying there was a reason why he wanted another number 9, and there was a reason why he got Cavani. I feel like he just didn't trust him. I genuinely don't think he didn't trust him. I don't think he thought Rashford was ready, and I don't think
but
he
even
thought
beyond that. But even beyond that, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has improved some aspects of certain individuals, and he plans for a game by game sort of situational approach, which I ain't got an issue with. But I feel like every time we play at Old Trafford, I'm shook because I don't know what United is going to turn up. Also,
no, we're 50-50 FC. That's what we are.
No. But again, that is a coaching issue because you look at. Do you know why Arsenal were better than us the other day? Because Arsenal in patterns of play are coached to a type of play that allows them to handle the ball better. Even Pepe is bad. Like that's a guy I will never rate. He had a decent game because this is the second time in a row he's come against Luke Shaw and he's had him up. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking at the way we handle the ball. Bruno gives the ball away like it's an illness, bruv. This guy does not know how to handle the ball. Fred is trusted in these big games when, bruv, they said against Liverpool, he got dribbled past 7 times in 78 minutes. Guys, he's shook, bruv. He's a shook you. He's the one that Mobb Deep was talking about. Then you've got McTominay. McTominay he's another shook one. McTominay is shook when he's given the ball. He knows how to plug in holes in the defensive third, but he's so scared when it comes to oncoming attack. He doesn't know what to do. So when it's a loose ball, he'll intercept. Maybe he'll tackle, and his tackling is very 50-50. Same as Fred. Fred, for me, first 12 games, Fred was decent for us. He was like playing at 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Why has Fred not improved since he's been under your leadership, Ollie? Why has Scott McTominay not improved? Our best defensive midfielder is Matic. Why does Fred and McTominay start in these kind of big games? Is because, unfortunately, you haven't taken those guys from level 4 out of 10 to 6 out of 10. Pogba is playing at a decent level. I wouldn't say he's improved him, but he's playing at a decent level. Bruno has not improved. Bruno just being Bruno. Rashford, you can argue he's improved him. Lindelof and Maguire, bro, man them. I told you lot in the group chat, we've conceded the most goals in the top 6. Manchester United have conceded the most goals in the top 6. That is poor, bro. Yeah? Goal difference of plus 10. It is a coaching issue. It is a coaching issue. If you sign Haaland today, because of Bruno, he'll pan 15 goals. Because of Bruno and Pogba. But we cannot defend and we don't know how to keep the ball. Last season, we played better because we knew how to do the counter-attack thing. This season, I feel like he's trying to actually go at teams. I saw it against Chelsea. Against Chelsea, he actually tried. Against City, when we drew, he tried. But these are his limitations.
Defending wasn't the issue, though, against Arsenal. Yes, against Sheffield, 100% can agree. But against Arsenal,
do you know how many chances Arsenal missed?
They did miss a lot of chances.
They missed a lot of chances, but I feel like, sorry to interrupt, but I feel like our reason why we didn't win that game or even score is because we didn't take our chances. The front 3 or the front 5 were more of an issue, in my opinion, than the back 4.
No, my issue is that we never have an issue of just the front. We never have that issue.
Abdi065 said, we haven't scored a single goal from open play versus the top 6. It's disgusting. Ollie is so cowardly in these games. I told you, man, about Bruno takeaway stats. He's the Portuguese John Joe Shelby. So in these top games, he's right. Like, didn't score against Chelsea, scored 1 penalty against Tottenham, against City, no goal, Liverpool, no goal, Arsenal, no goal. So I kind of understand what Robin's saying.
About what, scoring?
Yeah. Like, what is your plan of attack in these big games?
No. My point is, those are against the top 6. If we had conceded close to what City had conceded, I'm with Robin. We've conceded 27 goals. That is a defensive problem as well.
No, but would you say within the context of so let's look at the sort of big 6. You haven't scored or conceded in those games.
No. My point is he just planning for the big games?
It looks like it.
I also question why didn't he start Bailly as well? That's the only thing. But then I realized but he's been in a car crash. So I don't know if he was still like shaking up.
What?
Or I didn't. Yeah, Bailly was in a car crash.
What hasn't happened?
Bailly was in a car crash. That's why he wasn't against Sheffield. He was in a car crash. He wasn't injured.
Bailly has the longest testimony ever, bro. Just bare stuff.
2 hour special.
Ernest, quickly, Ernest, to go on your stat there, yeah. Not only have you conceded 27 goals, you conceded the most in the top 12.
Huh? Okay.
Top 11. 12th place Leeds have 36.
No, guys, it's bad. It's bad. And my point is, shout out to Bailly. I hope he's good. But even before the accident, there's been bare games where Bailly doesn't start. And so I'm like, bro, like our best defender is Eric Bailly. When he's fit, play him. Period. Play him.
I heard it.
Because my thing is, and again, when I look at Oli, and this is why I tell you guys this every year. I don't care about the big teams. I tell you guys this every year. I don't care about the big teams. There are 14 other teams in the league. Batter them, bruv. Batter them when you get the chance. I say this every year. If you're only planning for the big six and you've not won a single game, and then the other teams that you're beating, you're playing, you lost to Palace, you got battered, yeah, you got beaten by Sheffield United. I don't care about the referee's decision or whether they did a 180. You got beaten, bro. You should have won that game. You see what I'm saying? Manchester United should be comfortably second or first, not waiting, because I think Liverpool and City play this weekend, and I hope that we capitalize. I can't guarantee that we will, because we've come from behind. They said 11 times. We've come from behind. This is poor coaching, guys. Let's not pretend like this is good, bro. This is what I'm saying. I love Oli. The guy seems to have done a positive thing in setting the mood in the camp, and we seem like we are a happier bunch. But we're not going to win the league with him.
Of course.
And that is where the buck stops with me, bro. Man can't be doing sustainability and vibes. Get a man in that can do this thing, bro. Like, honestly, because go on, AD.
Like, how different, if at all, would your perception of Oli be if you actually got in a boss, top CDM, i.e. in the mode of an Ndidi, wherein you play the Ndidi, you don't need to play McTominay, don't need to play Fred, and you can presumably get a lot more control in football games.
So let me ask you a question. How much better are we coached?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Oli, a lot of it is coaching.
No, Adrian, a lot of it is coaching.
But I do think he's shackled. I do think he's shackled with those two as well, if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, bro. Again, like, I kicked off the conversation by saying I always point the finger at coaches. Like, I looked at Arteta with El Neni. El Neni's proven to be 50-50. But El Neni improved a bit. Like, El Neni's one of the worst players I've seen live, and he improved a bit.
But at the same time,
I 100% agree.
At the same time, though, he's not good enough. He shouldn't be in the shirt.
No, but you've seen the best El Neni now. Now in 2021, in 2020, you've seen the best El Neni. I don't know if I've seen the best friend. I personally think he can be better than this.
I don't think he's good enough.
I personally think he can be coached better than this. I think McTominay can be coached better than this. And I might be wrong. Again, I look at Bruno Fernandes. Has he been told to just do whatever he wants? Because against Liverpool at Anfield, sit on Thiago, bruv. Why is Fred having to deal with Thiago all by himself? Like, honestly, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, like, again, like I asked last week, do the man them want to win? Do Manchester United want to win? If you want to win, you can't have Oli as a coach.
You know what's? Can I tell you something crazy about Man United's mentality? Because they almost seem like they can't believe they're in second place.
I can't believe I'm in second place.
As a fan, I can understand that opinion. But when you're the player, when you're the team, I feel like, you know what? We've actually done a lot of hard work lately. We've actually overachieved of late. So a draw or, turning up to Sheffield United, I think was a case of, there was a lot of mentality issues there as well. You thought you could rock up and happy days. But the behavior of the players, especially for the second goal. I mean, you had players standing off. I don't know how much time you wanted to give Ollie Burke and the Sheffield United players to score that goal. But De Gea wanted to shank someone because it was a case of time and time again, you lot are messing about and we're going to get punished at some point. The same thing he did at the Emirates. Emirates, he was bollocking his centre halves because he was asking what the heck is going on here. But they seem they do seem like. I don't know if Ollie creates that, that atmosphere or not, but it's a case of they seem like, look, a minute ago we weren't doing great, or people wanted my head, but we're actually in second place. We're doing well. You win some, you lose some, and it's a bit like no. Man United need to what I'm saying, put the like they need to stamp the authority on this situation. This is still Manchester United. I know it's not the players and the quality of old, but at the same time, the name Manchester United still carries weight. And I don't know whether it's just because the players are not good enough. I think they're not good enough, first of all. But secondly, the mentality, if you've got the right mentality, that takes you a bit further than your actual talent. So
I think the only reason why I say that they're happy to be there, like, going to what Abdi's saying, is in the context of the Champions League campaign, which was an absolute shambolic, pathetic, stupid, silly campaign.
That's what turned Robin away.
Like I'm so sorry. Like the signs are there. The signs are there to show that we're not there yet, and we're still far. And I think Ollie showed us one thing, that third and second is the best we can get.
Yeah,
we can finish second this year, because and possibly that's because of what Liverpool have been on. But Liverpool, like, the points gap is not so crazy that we can't finish fourth. It's not mad yet. But anyway, like I'm looking at where we could finish potentially this season, especially if Europa happens and FA Cup happens and squad fatigue and etc. etc. I mean, should I carry on with Ollie because a few players have improved and Bruno Fernandes has been impactful and Pogba's been good? Is that a reason to stick with him? I don't think so. I personally don't think so.
Manchester United have scored 37 goals this season. That's the same as Man City, Leicester City as well. The only team to score more goals than Man United this season is Liverpool, Robin. And that's 6 goals that they are ahead. So you take into context that 7-0 win against Palace. But of course, they were cancelling out their 7-2 defeat with Villa. Maybe scoring goals isn't the main issue. And probably with what Ernest has been saying, the midfield and the defense, guys, I look at that midfield and defense and I think, what a pile of trash. And this team was leading the league at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Because with Ollie, I honestly ask myself, what's the expectation of this Man United side on paper? It's not to compete for the league. It's not to compete for the league. Let's keep it a buck.
No chance. No chance.
Footy Agenda said, I really thought Ollie would be backed given his recent form. Very underwhelming from the owners. Are you talking about January? Did you expect Ollie to be backed in January? Because that seems unlikely.
Who did we sign in the summer?
Van der Beek, Tellez, and
Diallo?
Cavani.
And then
we signed 5 players, guys.
Oh,
and signed 5 players.
Bear in mind, last season, United spent big.
No, yeah, but I think I still see what Footy Agendas is saying, because the Sancho debacle was interesting. Yeah. I don't blame United for that, because Dortmund are now saying that they're going to lower their price by the time the summer window comes back, because their man tried to play hard to get, and now the P's are low. So it's like, all right, cool. So I get that. At the same time, I'm with United on that stance. But again, the issues, and I get why they didn't go for a striker, because both of our forwards scored 17. But again, like Peter's saying, you're Manchester United. 17 goals for your top goal scorer in the league is not good enough. And it's the same reason you got rid of Lukaku, because Lukaku's highest tally was 16.
Yeah, that's fair.
Giroud's highest tally for Arsenal in the league was 16.
And 16 goals in 36 starts, by the way. I remember that season.
It's the season that he robbed Ozil of breaking the.
I remember that.
Oscar, if I saw Giroud on road, I wanted to bang him up, because I couldn't stand. This was our centre forward.
So good luck with that.
And what people are doing is they're trying to micromanage and give excuses for the reasons why modern day strikers don't score goals. Bro, they're not good enough. Like that's just what it is. When man was celebrating in the UEFA Twitter page, they were celebrating Batistuta. Batistuta was one of many. Batistuta was not the cream. He wasn't a creme de la creme. He was one of a large group. You see what I'm saying? We were talking about Harry Kane in one of my other group chats, yeah. And I said, if he knows what's good for him, he packs his bags tonight and he leaves that club because
he should have left 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, he should have left.
Whoever his agent is, he needs to fire him. His advisors, his agent, his pastor, fire them all. Because what is he doing still at Tottenham Hotspur? What's he still doing there? Seriously. And guys, be very careful. As an Arsenal fan, I've witnessed this and lived it, right? When you start, you know what, Ollie's done okay, so maybe we can give him some money to thingy. So you crack on, yeah? You did it with the contract already. The same with Harry Kane. Oh, you know what? Mourinho's here now. Maybe we're going to become a bit more serious. Don't fall for the trap. We were the best at doing it. We papered over cracks the size of friggin' the Grand Canyon. Yeah, we're still using paper tissue. Do you know what I'm saying, to cover these mistakes? So don't fall for the trap. Be a big club, blood. Behave like
no. Absolute facts. Be a big club. Hey, Lola is spitting facts.
Yeah, Lola's talking about Van der Beek.
I don't know what Van der Beek has to do to get 20 minutes. I'm not asking for a full game.
What you want? Just 20.
Guys, why did Man United sign this guy?
Because Van that's why.
In all seriousness, so this is what one of my boys is telling me. He thinks he got signed just in case Pogba leaves. And the only reason we signed him is because Madrid pulled out. And was it Bayern? Bayern Munich pulled out. And I feel like
it was available.
That's still no reason for, because I think he could have come on against Arsenal, against a possession team. I remember in games when Arsenal were playing possession at Old Trafford, you put Mata on the pitch and the game changed. You know them ones. I think you should play like for like in that capacity. You see what I'm saying? But what we did, you tried to go all action. Unfortunately, Scott McTominay got the runs, left Fred all by himself.
That guy, he had the hot sauce, fam.
Bro, I don't know what shit toy he was eating, bro.
You needed to see Scott McTominay's movement when he got the ball. Oh, this guy looked like he had weight on him, blood. He had to drop a lung, fam. This guy was, honestly, the movement was hilarious.
No, it was funny to see. And then what does Ollie do? What does Ollie gonna
on
for 40 points? What does he do,
brother? First of all, did they give him like some tablets? What was going on? Because
you should have heard Gary Neville's commentary, bro. It was bad.
What did he say?
He said, whatever they've given him, I need that. if he's gonna kill it in within the game that quickly, I need that now.
But honestly, hands on his knees, bro.
He was finished. I felt so sorry for him.
Straight down the tunnel, I said, "Oh, he needs to duck people."
Let me read some of the comments. I've missed a few of them out. Basically, what I'm trying to do is just let the conversation flow a little bit, because obviously sometimes the comments take us off track.
Yeah, I got 2 pieces as well after that.
Obviously we'll get onto Arsenal. Lola O said poor result for both Arsenal and United. She'd say more for United because of Arsenal's injuries, obviously missing Saka, KT, and Aubameyang. It was Abdi065 doesn't understand why Man United fans are so gassed on Bailly. He said he's an athletic Giroud. Don't know why Man United fans suck him off. He ain't that great. And he's very rash.
Johan Giroud, bloody hell.
The thing is, Abdi, like, I don't hate Maguire. I just think that he is absolutely nowhere near 80 million. Are you telling me that you wouldn't rather Rash at this moment in time? Because do you know the game that proved for me that the 2 United centre-backs here don't sniff danger? RB Leipzig. I looked at Angelino for 30 minutes and I said, we are going to get cooked tonight. And every goal that came, even Liverpool in the cup. Look at Luke Shaw and Lindelof. It happens more regularly than you think. Look at Sevilla. The 2 goals Sevilla scored, I looked at the 2 centre backs and I said, first of all, AWB, what are you doing for that second goal? But then the first goal, Harry Maguire moves away from the ball. Eric Bailly would have called his dad, his mum, his cousins, and all of them would have formed a Voltron and clattered that ball. Because Bailly does not care what his body looks like.
Yeah,
you can call him Athletic Giroud. I will take him every day of the week over Maguire.
No.
The thing is, the argument is almost futile because, in my opinion, they're the 2 best. I think Lindelof is the one that needs to get to step in. Like, if I was Man United manager, I'd be playing Maguire and Bailly together. Maguire and Bailly.
I see what you're saying.
They complement each other, to be fair.
Yeah. You know what, Oscar, you're right. Lindelof is the weak link. Lindelof is actually the weak link.
But Lindelof looks like the one that's teachable. He
doesn't excel at anything, though.
You're only saying that because he's white. He's whack, bro. He can't like nah. Lindelof ain't it. Lindelof ain't it. Like, Man United brought this guy in. Well, why does he look teachable? Come on, let's be honest, guys. Why does he look teachable? The thing is, Lindelof is not levels for Manchester United. They brought him in. He's been tried and tried and tried. It's been years, the Lindelof experiment. It's been years. Like, he's not good enough. Yeah, Maguire, we know Maguire's not good enough, but because of the price tag they put on him, and they can sort of use him. You know what I mean? He's usable. And then Bailly, I think he needs to be coached. Don't get me wrong. Bailly's not the finished article by any stretch. Abdi was right in saying that he's rash, but he's good and he's putting good performances when he's played this season. My issue is Ollie clearly doesn't like the guy. I don't know why. There's so many times he's available. Ollie will pick someone else.
I think Ollie is more conservative, isn't he? He doesn't like the rashness. That's the thing. I think he prefers things to be safe and you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he is injury prone as well, which, you know, you need consistency at the back. I mean, you know, hey, it is flip it out. It is what it is.
Also, another poor thing with Ollie's coaching before you talk about Arsenal PR is that Jose Mourinho was asked why they beat United 6-1, and he said United's forwards in a 4-3-3 don't defend the space in behind. That's why we're always prone to counterattacks. AWB has had to hold down that right side by himself for 2 years. I will never get onto him. I will never ever get onto him. And so you're looking at, like, people are talking about Bailly's rash, and you know, we're discussing who is better out of the 3 centre backs we're talking about. But Oscar hit the nail on the head. But all of them need to be improved. All of them need to be improved from a coaching perspective.
With that. I don't disagree with that.
I'll make the perfect centre back.
Bro,
thank you.
You get Virgil van Dijk with that.
Abdi said, what has Bailly done? Because he has passion. Get out of here. Lindelof is better than Bailly as well. Bailly ain't good on the ball like them two. Let's be honest, yeah? I don't even doubt what you're saying is true, yeah? But Lindelof can't defend. There's no point in being good on the ball. Like, let's play a flipping midfielder. Put Van der Beek at centre back if it's all about being good on the ball. He can't defend. Ernest was talking about sensing danger. Lindelof can't do that. He can't head a ball. He can't head a ball. Like, it's pointless.
Honestly, I thought the only football club in history to waste 40 million quid was Arsenal. But what Man United are doing, I mean, it's not even like the player is bad. He's not playing. And that for me is just...
Yeah.
Sorry, breaking news, and I don't understand how this works. Breaking news on the Sky Sports. Everton and Fulham agree a deal for Joshua King. I like he's at Bournemouth.
Yes, so I guess they both hit the fee. It's up to him.
Okay, fine. Okay. Because I read that, like, I swear he doesn't play for any of them.
Fulham don't need Josh King.
Josh King. Do you know what? I would like that at Everton.
Fulham don't need that.
Fulham need a striker, though. Holy smoke.
Yeah, but I thought they were linked with Josh Maja.
Someone was linked to him today.
Still,
yeah, Fulham.
He's not enough. He's not enough.
I watched Sunderland till I die. Good youth prospect, but no. I just wanted to see him in the Prem. Fruity Agenda says Maguire goes home and tells his wife he screws up, but he still earns so much. A quote from Raphael van der Vaart. Yeah, I remember that one. Lola Oast.
Van der Vaart needs to hold it down because he was stealing a living at Tottenham Hotspur.
But this was a quote. This was a quote after the it was a UEFA Nations League game. I think Holland versus England, and Maguire just had a poor game. The whole England defense had a poor game. Even Stones was there as well.
Yeah.
And he was just basically saying Maguire's he's not levels, bro. He's not levels. And he said if he was in Holland, he wouldn't be able to.
All the Dutch guys don't like Maguire.
because like they're football purists in Holland, isn't it? Everyone can pass in that country. So Lola O said Aaron Wan-Bissaka is only good 1v1. I'm not hearing he's good defensively. Good guy, but he's shocking in the air, positionally, reading when to show guys away. Wow.
You know what? I don't fully disagree with it. I think 1v1, he's the best at the club.
I think he's the best in the world. Probably.
He's one of the best in the league, yeah. 1v1.
No, he's phenomenal. Let's call it a spade.
But it doesn't work. And I don't think...
Again, Oscar is coaching. Again.
He was so good at Palace, yeah. He was so good at Palace. And don't forget the kind of football Palace play.
Oh, it was good for what
and what they're up against. Whereas with Man United, it's a different... You're asking him to do a different role in the same position. And
because I tell you, man, all the time, bro. When you come from these low block teams like Leicester and Palace, and as a centre back or a fullback, you're being played on the halfway line. You see when that counter attack slaps you, yeah, it's different, bruv. Like Maguire got baptized after the lockdown, and he met Bergwijn, bruv. By the way, Bergwijn is wasting his career at Tottenham. That's a conversation for another day. But again, like 1v1, I think Wan-Bissaka is one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league, and he needs help when it comes to the air. He's the reason we conceded the second goal against Sevilla. Do you see what I'm saying? And then you look at our back four collectively. We just do not know what we're doing. That is a coaching issue. But I don't think Lola's is wrong at all. In the air, he's panting.
I feel that I can relate to that because I remember when Lichtsteiner joined Arsenal, blood, yeah, and Lichtsteiner, obviously, Juve, them man are masters at the defense. But when Unai Emery set that
Let's stop spitting this narrative, bro. Like,
what do you mean?
The last time Italian team went to the Champions League final, they got slapped, bro. This narrative
does not disprove the defending quality of team.
Atletico Madrid met Juve, and what happened, bro? They conceded 3. Like,
my God. So we did
Italian team needs to dash, bro.
Okay, what nation in world football is the best defense? What nation?
It's not Italy.
What nation?
It's not Italy.
I'm struggling to find any better than Italy. I'm struggling.
Listen. It is not Italy, bro. It's not Italy.
Tell me a team. Tell me a nation.
Name the best flipping defenders in the world.
Virgil van Dijk. Who's the second best defender in the world? Who's out there? My mind's blank. Can someone remind me of some defenders?
Footy Agenda's made a point. He's saying that France have bare quality centre backs.
Again, France, yeah. No,
they have a lot.
France in general is an institution. In every single field play, they have bad players. They will have so many players. Doesn't matter who you are. You can name about 5 people in each position that are ballers.
He's wrong, bruv. He's not wrong. The thing is, yeah, when Deschamps picks a squad, you could pick another 23 and it would get to the semis. For real.
The thing with France.
France is the best team in the world.
The thing is, France, my issue with France is this, yeah. France have always got the technical ability, they've got the quality, but the application is where they fall short and have fallen short for years. But obviously, they're back now. But when you go to the France '98, after that, you remember that 2002, 04,
2010 was a farce.
2010 was a farce.
Diabolical.
They've always had the talent. You know what I'm saying? So
they went on strike. They refused to train. They got knocked out in the booth. Now France was a horrible. mess.
Bro, when you watch what was it? When you watch Nicholas Anelka's documentary on Netflix, blood, is that France story is pure jokes, blood. Pure jokes.
It should have been a longer documentary.
Oh my days.
Just for that.
Yes, I agree.
Too
I
funny.
agree. What I need is I need France 2010 documentary. That's what I need. I need a Roman Domenech interview, blood, and tell me what went down, fam. Because honestly, that is a time in history where we look under it now. But anyway,
I need Ghana 2014 as well. That was wild.
Ghana, you say?
In 2014, like they refused to pay the players. Montari was apparently went to the head.
I remember that.
Laptops.
I remember that. I remember that.
Man.
It's a lot of things.
The Arsenal good. They said Chiellini and Bonucci were good. Not too sure about Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein weren't good. What I was trying to say is that Liechtenstein obviously played in a system where everything was deeper, right? And they had men. You know what I'm saying? They had the mafia in their team. When he came to Arsenal and Unai Emery's telling him to go up on the halfway line against Wilfried Zaha and these kind of guys, he was like, what, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure? You want to expose me? Like, don't get it twisted. If Bonucci and Chiellini came to the Premier League, it's over. It's finished. But when they're in their field, you think Maldini would have ever come anywhere else? Blood, that man here, they've got their environment set. They've got it set, and that's where they play best. But anyway,
no. But back then, the Italian league was just like it was brilliant. It was just an art. Now, bro, I've watched games in Serie A, and I'm like, this is not defending. This is teams just sitting back and waiting for the last 15 minutes to score. This is not defending, bro.
Italian coaches are the best in the world. As a
but
group.
we're talking. Don't do this. We're talking about defenders, though.
As a group, no. Because what I'm saying is, even in Italy, the first foot forward is defending. That's their front foot. They don't go on the attack. They're not a France in that sense, or a Holland. They don't come and play the football that we all expect to see. When we see Italy, we might see them a bit boring, but they're playing a very good chess game. They're still good to watch.
No, but it's chess for the sake of chess, though.
Maybe, but it's their philosophy, isn't it? That's how they.
Yeah, win. but that. What you're talking about is defending as a team, not necessarily as individuals.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't mean individuals half or anything like that. Yeah, as a unit.
Well, let's move on because obviously Arsenal have been defending all right as a team lately. So how's that been going, Pete?
Second best defensive record in the league. I couldn't believe that, Oscar. That segue was a schmite. I will say this though, in the Man United game, the quality of football, I feel like it was entertaining football. It was end-to-end stuff. Obviously, the quality was poor from both sides. I do still think it was a good result for Arsenal. I know Lotus didn't agree, but I feel like it is because of the injuries you mentioned and because of the fact that, yes, Arteta has turned a corner of late where we're getting the wins. We're on, 6 games, I guess, or, 7 games. We won 6 games out of 7, and that is fantastic form to be heading into this Man United game with. I wasn't actually ever nervous about losing as such. When I saw the team 11, I did see Cavani and I thought, he's going to go left and right, and Holding and David Luiz, it could be a recipe for disaster. But we held our own. I think we did defend well, but Man United should have put the game to bed. I think Man United fans, of course, will feel like that was 2 points dropped, not because you drew at the Emirates, but because of the way the game went. And of course, the Sheffield United defeat in midweek adds to that. Arsenal obviously won against Southampton, and then having to play Man United. Look, we didn't lose, and I think there's a base there at Arsenal. I was annoyed with the lineup a little bit in that. Pep. My thing with Pepe, people said that he had a good game. I didn't think there was any man of the match in that game whatsoever. That's how low the quality of football was. I think Neville gave it to David Luiz, right? And I was looking at David Luiz thinking, yes, he might have blocked one. I think the free kick he blocks, and he makes another interception, but nothing to say that he was outstanding. But yeah, I will say this: both teams have grown since we last met at Old Trafford. If you remember at Old Trafford when Arsenal couldn't buy a win, and then we won with the penalty, and it was a game where I said that game could have gone on for another 90 minutes, and nobody was scoring in that game. And in this game, yeah, I felt similar. That we weren't going to get a winner, but there were so many more chances. There were so many more times. I think my man of the match actually was Bernd Leno. But because Bernd Leno's put that performance in, week out, he's not getting the recognition that he deserves. Because once again, as he's done From day one when he walked at the club, he's saving us 10 to 15 points a season. So I know the league is looking crazy. I know apparently now we're in the hunt for top 4 again. It's one of those, but our form is so incredible at the minute that it's impossible to maintain. So I do think we'll revert back to type at some stage in the season. If we finish in the Europa League place, that will be a great season for where we've come from. Overall, it's okay. There's nothing further than that. I'm only going to give it okay. I want Champions League football as much as the next guy. Hell for leather, go for this Europa League because it's our best chances of getting into the Champions League next season.
Pete, I have to say I disagree with you, man. You said that you don't think Arsenal will sustain the form going forward. Obviously, when you get to the tougher games, it's going to be harder for you to win. But I think the shift in Arsenal's form has come in a shift in personnel. You've had Partey come back from injury. You've had Lacazette that's just decided he wants to start playing well. You've had, obviously, the emergence of Emile Smith-Rowe as a number 10 in that position has provided you with so much more going forward. I genuinely think what we've seen from Arsenal is not like a good spell of fixtures. I think it's generally a change in the teams that you're setting out and the way you're going about the performances. I think this is where Arsenal should have been. You shouldn't have been 16th in the league. That was a downturn in form because your squad has way more quality than the teams that were around you then. I just think, like you're saying, yeah, a Europa League is probably the highest this team is going to get. But I do think the performances you put in, who did you beat? West Brom, Brighton, I'm forgetting who. Southampton you just beat. I think those are games that you should be winning with the squad that you have, and Arteta's pulling out the results, and it's fair. Like it's fair. Lola O says this game was met. Emile Smith-Rowe did well, kept breezing past United's midfield. I like that. She also said, I don't know for top 4, but top 6 is solid at the moment. And Boss Light Ender said you'll finish above Spurs.
I don't think. First of all, I don't think we'll finish above Spurs. But secondly, I don't think we'll finish in the top 6. Top 6 is a myth. That's a myth. And the reason I'm saying it is because the form, Oscar, we're talking about, 16 points from 18. You don't sustain that all season long. That's very difficult to do. And with that form, ladies and gentlemen, we are 10th in the league. Yeah. So this thing of, the teams around us are better than us this season. You know what I'm saying? Southampton, I was surprised that they were actually 11th. Like I was shocked by that. But Villa have 2 games in hand over us, right? They're above us. Everton are better than us this season. Chelsea are better. By the way, Chelsea, we'll get on to Chelsea, but Chelsea are better than us this season. Spurs have enough to finish above Arsenal. West Ham, Leicester, West Ham might slide up and down the table, but I think Arsenal will finish 8th at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? That's no European football. That is, it's, and the truth of the matter is, like, at the end of the day, the man to blame for this is Mikel Arteta, because this Arsenal side should be fighting for the top 4. It should be. But the decline in form in some of these players looks so bad, I don't think it's a realistic aim for top 6 either. I genuinely don't. But that's why I don't want this manager in there. I'm seeing Ainsley Maitland-Niles going to West Brom. What the flip is going on there? What the heck is going on over there? Could someone explain to me why he's going there? I was livid when I saw that because I've already had to watch a season where the last time I'll mention this man, a number 10 who was never playing in the squad, right? Now, of course, we brought in Martin Odegaard and whatever else. We have one left back, guys. We have one left back. Yeah.
I personally, I didn't understand why you were so upset at Maitland-Niles going on loan. It's clear that Arteta doesn't see him as a midfielder because he's never played there under him.
Because he's wrong. He's wrong on that one.
Pete, you've got four midfielders that are better than him.
Name the 4.
Xhaka, Partey, Ceballos, El Neni.
So we're going to continue the season with them two with the Xhaka and El Neni situation, rather than playing like we did with Emile Smith-Rowe, playing one of the Haaland graduates who's actually not put a foot wrong in an Arsenal shirt. He's actually been very consistent. It's not like Joe Willock and Reece Nelson where you say, do you know what, they were below average in certain games. The guy puts in a performance. He puts in a shift. Him going, I just don't understand it. Who calls Sam Allardyce and says, we're going to send you over there? At least play at Southampton or play at a club where I get to see the man play some good football.
No, but Pete, guess what? He's not good enough to play CM in those clubs.
I'm sorry. El Neni gets to, and El Neni is.
El Neni shouldn't start for Arsenal, though.
Yeah.
My point is this. Maitland-Niles should be in the fight. That's my point.
First.
You know, because
Maitland-Niles
you know what?
is streets ahead of El Neni.
Do you know what? No, Ernest,
In midfield, how can you say that?
Ernest, you know what angers me?
Streets.
You know what angers me so much? I'm boiling at the minute, right? We're gonna have a game in the season where Ceballos is awful, where Xhaka's awful, where they're all awful, and we'll be saying, "Look at Maitland-Niles," and we'll be saying, maybe Guendouzi should have stayed. And I'm sick of it, blood. Because let's be fair, the only person that should be in an Arsenal shirt in that midfield is Thomas Partey, not the rest of them. The rest of them shouldn't be in an Arsenal shirt. So what are you doing, sending one of the potential out there to West Bromwich Albion? What's he doing over there? Why are we selling him? Why are we getting rid of him? Why are we getting rid of top quality players in place for mediocre? And next week, we'll be cussing that same guy. We'll be cussing Xhaka. We'll be cussing Ceballos. What does he really offer? You know, Ceballos gives me no goals or assists and no tackles. What does he give me? But the thing is, because we've been winning games, we keep quiet about these things until it hits the fan and we say, oh, the difference between Scott McTominay and Ceballos, discuss. Exactly. The situation with Fred, like the Fred and Scott McTominay situation right now, guys, just be blunt about it. They're not good enough for Manchester United. You should get shot of both of them and get in top world-class quality players. And when you're playing for Arsenal, I know it's not a big club as it used to be, but Arsenal need to be signing quality, not pissing about, because that's all we're doing. Like I'm reading now, we're terminating Mustafi's contract. What football club is this where we're terminating contracts? We're not getting money for them. We're saying, here, have them, put them free on the market. We got rid of Kolasinac at left back, which we agree, not good enough for Arsenal. Who's the left back after Kieran Tierney?
Cedric, apparently.
Cedric, yeah.
And I was living because Rashford, by the way, was giving him the dirty, bruv. He was giving him the dirty, bruv, at Emirates.
Pete, before I just want to read a couple comments because a couple of people, Arsenal fans, are saying stuff about Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and then we can get to Ernest. Lola O said, if Ainsley Maitland-Niles had sense, he should have committed himself to being a right back time ago. Arteta doesn't like him. Ainsley Maitland-Niles doesn't help himself. He turned down Southampton because they want him to play him fullback. B Arsenal Guna says, I want what's best. I know what the best of El Neni looks like, but I don't know what the best of Niles looks like. And I'm kind of in the same boat as B Arsenal Guna. Lola O says, I love Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but his inability to string passes together consistently and ability to stay focused will kill him in an Arsenal midfield.
Honestly, guys, I think it's a joke that Arsenal turn up match day with the Xhakas, the El Nenis, the friggin' Ceballos of this world. It's a joke. It's a friggin' joke. And to say that we're going to be fighting for the top six is a joke thing. And even if Ceballos leads us in tackles means nothing. Because how many tackles does he make? Now, look, here's where I'll give Arteta his props. I have to give him credit. We're the second best defense in the league. I have to give him credit. When he came last season, and I remember me and Oscar having conversations about him, I said, he's made us difficult to beat. Number one, it's what he did. Because Arsenal could get beat left, right, and center by any man. You know what I'm saying? It depends. If they turn up on the day, you've got 3-4 in the bag.
Yeah, but and it's a shame because this season you kind of fell back into that, and now he's pulled you back out again.
A little bit of that. Don't get me wrong, but look at this league, and Arsenal are in 10th. Look at the league this year. It's a shower of crap. It's a shower of absolute crap, and we're 10th.
Ernest, what were you going to say? You had something to say on this subject.
I was. Fred is a baller. I beg you, allow it. Okay.
No, he was talking about when Peter was disimpressed.
Okay, if Man United want Fred, then there you go. Stay where you are. You stay where you are. No.
Lola said, Peter, you brought it up. He doesn't tackle.
Fair play.
The thing is, it seems like Arteta's selection process is very inconsistent. Like I felt like he wanted Willian. Because he struck me as a Spanish Mourinho to a certain extent. Like Arteta wants to be difficult to break down, and he wants to have players that press from the front, etc., etc. But I look at people like El Neni, and maybe El Neni is just that guy in training that just is a harder tackler than Maitland-Niles. But the very few games I've watched Maitland-Niles play in midfield, I've not thought El Neni's better than him. Like I remember him playing against us at Old Trafford.
United, yeah. In the blue
Bruv,
kit.
he pocketed Pogba. I couldn't believe it. He had him on toast. Pogba's movement was limited that game. And I was like, okay, so this guy's he's not bad. He's not terrible.
No.
My thing is, even if he doesn't start, is he worse than El Neni? That's my question. Is he actually worse than El Neni?
Ernest, there were games he was not in the squad and he was making it for England. He was playing for England when he wasn't in the squad at Arsenal.
Yeah, I think my thing with Ainsley has always been that, like, I've seen him play very well as a right back. I have never understood the notion of why he could play midfield. I just need to see it.
I've got to send you some games. His best position is central midfield. His number one performance, I think, that Man United one that you're talking about, Dennis, was really good. When Arsenal beat Southampton in the FA Cup years ago, we won 5-1. The midfield was at Chamberlain in the DM position, Jeffrey and Adelaide, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles ran Southampton ragged. And that was a Southampton that was decent in 2017, I want to say. 16-17 season. Ran them ragged. And I was like, yeah, this guy's... He made his Premier League debut, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, made his Premier League debut in 2014. You imagine what age he was then. Wenger was playing them then.
17?
I lie? Playing them then.
17.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't understand Arteta's selection process.
Honestly, the club is burning me this season, man. I'm just getting hit too many shots, blood. Too many shots, and I'm just seeing him jogging now, like, and it breaks my heart, man. Honestly, I only
West Brom is a done deal, yeah.
It's still agreed. It's not official. Nothing's been done yet.
Yeah, Lola O said, don't get me wrong, Arteta has his favourites. Maitland-Niles should be playing, but he's not going to do so. So it is what it is. Let him go away and play. We'll see what's up.
Remember, a minute ago, he was renewing Mustafi's contract. Let's just remember that. It wasn't long ago they were renewing Mustafi's contract.
Yeah, that's weird.
David Luiz, they're in discussions with David Luiz to sign a new deal at this club. What the flip is going on, guys? I got time for Rob Holding. Don't get it twisted. His contract didn't expire till 2023. What the flip are we renewing his contract for? What's going on? What's going on? Why is following Balogun scoring hat-tricks against the likes of Man United and Spurs, and he's not playing? He's not in the squad. He's not in the squad for Arsenal matches. He's not in the squad. Do you get what I'm saying? And I have to sit there and tolerate that week in, week out. This is why I'm watching the women. This is exactly why. It's exactly why. Because they have given me far more pleasure and joy than what I'm watching at the minute. But, time will tell. When Arsenal revert to type, you will see me be apathetic about it. Anyway, we'll move on.
Wow.
We will move on. Liverpool are back. Oscar put on the top four flyer with a 3-1 win against West Ham and also Spurs, we can't forget, on Thursday night. Adrian, are the champions ready to retain their title?
I wouldn't necessarily go that far. I think at the moment, for me, the key thing really is just playing good football again. Playing like a side that's actually got footballing ability, because that month from that West Brom game all the way to the Spurs game, it was torrid, it was wretched, and it was taking me back to my 2015 state. But I think good players do good things, isn't it? So ultimately, all we needed was just that spark, and that's why that United game, for me, I said at the time, was a throwaway game. All I wanted to see in that United game is a decent performance, is to see some goals, and to give us the building blocks and then move on into the league and transfer into the league. And I think I was seeing that. I think Salah, Salah, he's fake, isn't he? He's one of those players where things bubble in, like things ricochet off his shin, they bubble in for him. Yeah. And sometimes all he needs is just one of those things to go his way, and he's a different player, switched on again. I think big shout out to Jimmy Milner. I said Miller. I think he's probably only been there 5-6 years, but the guy deserves a testimonial because he is a consummate professional. There's a time where he was playing as a winger. He was one of the top assistants in Europe. He had the season playing left back. By trade he's a central midfielder, and he's played 3 games this week, and he's been superb. So yeah, I'm happy with where we're going at the moment. I think all we needed was just that spark, that catalyst, and now glory be to God. We've got in a couple centre halves. Ben Davies, I don't know much about him. There wasn't much on YouTube really, and then apparently on Football Manager he's a ball playing centre back. So he's one of the cute defenders that likes to bring the ball out. The lad from Schalke looks relatively solid, and it looks like he'll be able to sort of do a job between now and the end of the season. But yeah, happy for Ox. Yeah, I guess I'll get him out.
Yeah, the transfer value will go up actually with performances like that. With performances like that, if they're consistent.
Can I just say, Adrian, you mentioned like Mo Salah being fake, yeah. But the goal he scored against United, at Old Trafford, the first one was disgusting. He then scored against Tottenham. It was disallowed, but the finish was disgusting. The 2 goals he scored against West Ham were outrageous. Like we're watching, we're watching a Premier League. Huh?
Remember the 2 against Villa? Flipping up.
What we talk about against the kids? I don't really count that one.
No.
Are you talking about in the 7-2?
In the 7-2, blood. Yeah.
No. Fair enough. I'm just talking about the recent run he's been on, like the last 4 games.
What I'm trying to say, I agree with you, but I'm talking about look at his goals in general. Like first game of the season against Leeds when he hits it on the half volley and he rocks it.
He needs confidence. Yeah, he needs that confidence.
I know, but the point I was making is that like when Salah scores, it's almost like people don't even go crazy about it. It's like we're watching a Premier League legend before our eyes.
He's very nonchalant about it. It's like, this is what I do. He's good at that. I think I never talking about it. It's the arrogance.
I love that about him. It is just what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, for agenda, says Salah is on course for his 3rd Golden Boot in 4 seasons and all-time Premier League great.
Fantastic seasons he's had. And such quality he's shown. Because if we talk about, for example, the first goal was a joke against West Ham, where, Cresswell knows he should not be doing what he's doing. And he still shows him onto that left a bit too much, bends. And you're just like, this is ridiculous. The second Salah goal, oh my God. From the counter, Jared Bowen with the corner kick. And then Trent straight over to Shaqiri. First,
that Shaqiri cross. Oh.
It weren't overhit, Adrian. It was meant to be.
Definitely wasn't.
Meant to be.
That's what I said. We were watching the game, me and Peter. Shaqiri hits the ball. I'm like, what's he doing? Salah controls it and buries it. I said, no way.
Guys,
no way.
Salah, the deft touch.
Oh, yeah.
I said, no way. And then the flip chip over. West Ham, that stadium has seen some tremendous goals. Tremendous goals. And I'm talking from the opposition. Because the opposition has gone there.
You're not talking about Antonio.
Man City have gone there. Let's
talk about this season alone. We've seen Man City. We've seen Man United with Pogba's goal. Fantastic. We've seen Mo Salah's one. Yeah, West Ham have seen wonderful goals this season.
Wonderful. And you know what's mad? You know Liverpool have had a better performance at that stadium.
Oh yeah, we've had a couple.
Oh my God, the Coutinho one.
There's a Coutinho one.
Oh my days.
And then there was the orange kit one, Salah's first season.
No. I was actually thinking of the orange kit. Liverpool had, I think, 10 counterattacks in that game.
Bro,
and every time they went forward, it was a bazooka.
Bro,
I think
Man City for years, they've got 6 and 7s down there for years. I remember Arsenal's 5-1 when Sanchez got the hat-trick. Bloody hell, ripped them apart, blood. And then, of course,
when he did the 1 foot step over.
The 1 foot step
over. Get lost.
It's one of my favorite goals.
That was insane.
Because he flattens Fabianski with the 1 foot, blood. He flattens him, and then Salah adds onto the sauce. A compilation.
Do you remember when Pellegrini went there, and I think they had to play West Ham in the league twice,
and the League Cup,
League Cup, and I think they scored 9-0 on aggregate. Slapped them.
West Ham just get slapped like it's fun. The Arsenal Gooner said, here goes Oscar again. Let it go. You sold him already. Cheers for that one. Boss like Endo, guys, has found a way after 2 victories, one against Tottenham and a brilliant one against West Ham. Has found a way to be negative. He says, "Mina rate Salah, brother. If I'd sell him if I could. West Ham let him
You know what? I know a lot of Liverpool fans that think that way.
You're joking.
And a lot of them seem to say that they don't like his selfishness.
I don't give.
And I'm like, selfishness is not the best trait in a human being. But when you're a man who is what? Is he 15 goals behind Ryan Giggs or something crazy like that?
You're joking.
Like all time. No, Pete. I hear a lot of Liverpool fans because you know what it is, yeah. This season I've seen a lot of Mane is a better all-round player. Salah's a better finisher. I agree. That's not a reason to let go of Salah. Salah is like one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen in my life. Like 10 yards out, 5 yards out, 20 yards out. He is popping your goal, bro. You're the one.
Me and Adrian talk about SOBs
Nasty.
in the area.
Ruthless on stupid.
Right now, Salah is one of the deadliest man walking.
Give Salah Rashford's chance at the Emirates roof of the day.
Yeah, go on. Go on, AD.
You see football, we've got all of these cute stats. You know, dribbles, duels won, take-ons, expected goals. Listen, the highest currency, and will always be the highest currency. Let me tell you now, goals win games, goals win titles. I don't give a damn if Salah can do it. Obviously, I'm saying it now. But listen, I don't care if you can't beat his opposite number because I know he's getting me minimum 80 goals in the league from the wing. Minimum.
Fam, guys, AJ is speaking facts.
Do you think players score 30 goals in a league and they're not selfish? Name him. There are plenty of strikers.
It doesn't.
Bro, have you seen how many shots Ronaldo misses? In a
game? Yes.
Thierry Henry, blood. Thierry, fam. I can't.
Guys. We're talking about the numbers, isn't it? I'm looking at the Premier League all-time top goal scorers. Everyone that hit over 100 is selfish. You can't name one that's like, I'll pass an opportunity.
I remember Henry. I remember when Henry would not get a through ball to him, right? And the player had Wiltord, the likes. He looks at them with contempt. Reyes, you'd think the guy hates them because it was like, what are you doing? Do you think you're me? Give me the ball, blood. Because I score goals, bruv. Mo Salah. Oh my days.
What's that? Endo said.
Zero post moves.
Have you seen Salah's misses? He's not clinical. Look at the Newcastle game. Lola O said he has 0 post moves, but he will clap. So it is what it is.
Endo, don't do this. He's not clinical. If anything, that's the one thing he is.
I get that point as well. The thing is, I mentioned it when I sort of given him his compliments. Salah is very, very scruffy. So there's a lot of times where you see that Shaqiri ball.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of times where that ball will bubble off of his foot or where we hit the goalkeeper. Like, I do get that point. Like Fernando Torres, probably the most clinical striker I've seen. So I do get that point. But bro,
we watch too much football. We watch too much football, guys. We watch too much.
Wait. If Torres, I get this brilliant argument because Torres might need one shot on goal the whole game. He scores it. However, he does not score 30 goals a season.
He never hit the numbers of Salah.
Salah scores. Listen,
how many seasons Salah's been doing this? You can't bring me Torres.
Let's keep it. Let's keep it a friggin' buck. I don't care if you need 10 shots to score 3 goals. Give him the 10. He will score the 3 and he'll be a goal scorer.
Because you know, if there's one thing that guarantees is that 3 goals will be scored.
Yeah, 30% conversion.
This is it.
Honestly, what was the year when he wasn't top goal scorer? What was the then?
Last season.
Last season, and what did he lose to? Was it what's his gums?
Vardy. Yeah, you're right, Vardy.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's a blood. At the end of the day, this guy is mental. He's a mentalist.
And the thing is, it's like Mohamed Salah is not competing with bums, you know.
No.
If it's not Jamie Vardy, it's Kane. Like,
It's not Aubameyang. It's not Aubameyang. It's probably Son.
Sorry, Aubameyang as well. Sorry.
It's mad, bro. It's absolutely mad. Anyway, to say about a guy like that.
The comments are coming through. Footy Agenda said, if Salah is missing, then who the hell do you think is going to score? Nobody, which is why Salah is valuable. Firmino and Mane go on mad purple patches. Mad. Lola O said, we all loved Henry's solo runs, but he did that because he was selfish. As long as you clap, it's calm.
Facts.
Yeah. Boss that Endo is really doubling down on his point. He said, have you seen his first season? He needs at least 2 chances. You guys are a highlight man. Don't tell me about my team, please. He always draws for don't tell me about my team. He loves that.
Lord Magic, Ernest made this argument about Lukaku where he says, look at the chances he misses. Guess what? Lukaku was getting 16 goals a season. Not good enough. If Salah is hitting 20 plus goals a season, I don't give a damn how many shots you got. I don't give a damn how many I don't care. At the end of the day, he's covering up frigging Bobby Firmino's goals at the minute. So, and has been for the last 3 years.
Yeah, you know what? The criticism that Endo's giving Salah should be given for Firmino, in my opinion.
100%.
Firmino has no standard to compare himself to.
Well, was he not clapping 20 plus when he first came?
He got 27.
No, sorry, not when he first came, but with Klopp.
Yeah, 17-18 season, he got 27. You got the same amount as Lukaku.
No?
17-18, he got 32. He was the top goal scorer in the league.
Really? No, Firmino. Talk about Firmino.
Oh, sorry, I think Salah. My bad.
Mohamed Salah has scored 15 and 18 this season. Last season he scored 19 and 33. The year before 22 and 37, 22 and 34, flipping 15 and okay, so we're going to roll. Yeah, 32 and 34. Like he hits 20 plus, bro.
So guys, the only season he hasn't hit 20.
32 and 34. Did you just say that?
Yeah, man. 2017-18 season. He claps goals, bruv.
So what? 2 games equivalently, he didn't score a goal. 2 games.
Apparently.
Crazy.
Lola O said, when Mr. Shine T is in the team, Salah is not allowed to be talked about as if he is a bum.
I like it.
True. Big fan.
Bosta Endo said, take away his goals. He doesn't do niche. That's my frustration. Where was he at the Etihad 2 years ago when we needed to win the game to win the league?
Respectfully, Endo, you're clutching at straws, bro. Respectfully.
Yeah. It's, Bobby has scored in more big games. In your opinion, that surely can't be.
I think Salah's just not scored against us.
Guys, I'm in shock.
No, he scored now, yes.
He slaps up Chelsea, so I don't know about that.
I am in shock that we're having a discussion about Salah. I'm in shock.
This is why he wants to leave. He's not
yeah.
He's not respected, yeah.
What do I have to do? I've given you Champions League. I've given you Premier League. What else do you want?
The most goals in a 38-game season. What more can he do?
The thing is, I think Salah's shortcomings should come at the very end of the conversation. Like, I've said it for years, he's an elite finisher, great positioning, but can't dribble to save his life. Why would you want to take away goals? Like, that's his super. I don't get the argument. Take away goals. Like, man's not a centre back. He's a forward.
4 a season as well. Remember that man scores 4. Man scores.
He scores double figures.
But when you look at this, what football is, the aim of the game is to put the ball in the net. You can't take away the facts of what you need.
He is the epitome of the modern forward. He's the personification of what the modern forward should be like. He claps goals, bro. If he wasn't doing that, if he wasn't getting double figure, he's having, like, Endo's talking from a standpoint of a United fan about Martial or Rashford. Like, these guys don't clap the numbers that they should based on their talent. Mohamed Salah has come to the league and hit such a high standard that I genuinely don't know why people are. If City had Salah, if United had Salah, if Chelsea had Salah, if Tottenham had Salah, all their seasons are different, bro. So yeah, respectfully, I think you're clutching, man.
Dramatically different. What a joke this is.
Bro, I'm talking about just the league, bro. Take him to Barcelona.
For real.
Take him to Madrid.
For
Take
real.
him to Bayern Munich because he's better than Navri.
He transforms football clubs.
Like,
And it's
done
all-
his thing, man.
Anyway, let's
Thank,
move it on.
thank you, Lola. He's not pretty on the
Yeah.
eye, so people are moving like he's
Oh.
it's mad.
He's scrappy though. he's a ricochet king.
Let's
He's fake, bro. Fake.
He said, "I don't think you might understand how frustrating Salah is. I know he can be so much better." That's fair,
he
man.
can.
But
That's a
yeah,
good point. That's a good point.
anyway.
Has he-
Oscar.
yes.
A quick point before we go. I just want to say, that the commentators were acting like we were watching prime Maldini and Baresi. The way they were talking about Nat Phillips and Craig Dawson, of any header they did, it was like, oh my days, Nat Phillips. His dad was a proper centre half for Bolton back in the 90s. This was that 2 days ago.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, man. It's just- the gas that Liverpool are getting, man, it's funny when they do well, man. The gas that gets on Liverpool is crazy. What's Lola's saying? It's like if you give me someone who put up numbers close to or like Salah, but played with a Vavavoom, I'll take the other guy. But Salah still levels.
Facts.
He's still levels. Boss that said Salah's only good in Klopp's system. I think we need to move on from the conversation because I think we just have different opinions on it.
Right. Oscar, Chelsea, you look like you're going to guarantee top 4 this season. You've recruited a very good manager, I must admit, and must add to that. Under Tuchel time, we've got a draw and a win. Anything different yet from Chelsea, Oscar, or is it too early to tell?
Well, no. We're playing a completely different formation now. So we're playing a 3-4. People have been calling it a 3-4-3, but I'd prefer to say 3-4-2-1 because we're playing with one striker and all of that. He's transformed a lot of things in such a short space of time, man. That Wolves game, he came in, had one training session, and then played the game the next day. And literally, you could see the difference in Chelsea, the way that we're playing. I don't want to get too gassed about it, but he comes out in a post-match interview and he goes, the first thing he says is, I'm pleased with the way we played. We had 16 recoveries in the final third. I said, what? 16 recoveries he just said that. I was like, okay, so this is what your mindset is on.
Oscar, man, I've been telling you, this guy is, when it comes to the football, man, that is a good coach to have under the belt, man. He's a good coach, blood.
And he's a loser. He's got no babes, no nothing about football.
Man just cares about ball. That's it. Man's not. He's just in the zone. Yeah. But like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but it does feel that way, bro. He says all the right things, and obviously, when Lampard first joined, he said all the right things in the press conferences and whatnot. So I'm trying not to get too gassed by the talk. I'm trying to just see what I see on the pitch, and what I see on the pitch is good. The issue for Chelsea is that against Wolves, we struggled to create chances. We had about 800 passes. We broke the record for most passes in the league. Possession was dumb. We just didn't create the chances for our strikers to score, and that's why we didn't score in that game. Against Burnley, complete opposite. We had so many chances. We slapped Burnley, literally slapped them. Should have won 4-0, but due to finishing. And the one person I want to talk about is who they're talking about in the comments. Lola O said Cho is playing now that no fun Lampard is out.
Honestly, this is a situation where you must be delighted to see him playing, and it just seems like
Cho is my guy.
No-brainer. Why he should have been playing from early.
You don't know how much I love Callum Hudson-Odoi. Boss that Endo said, Oscar, I told you about Cho. Don't ever. You told me about Cho. Me. Don't ever.
He's violating, bro.
Oh, man.
I know you rate him, but don't ever make it seem like you put me on. Don't do that. Let's not do that.
That's a massive slap in the face.
The thing with Callum Hudson-Odoi is, Tuchel has come in. He's played him as right wing back, and he's been anything good that Chelsea have been playing has been coming through his side. So we give the ball to him, he can hold the ball, he can cross on a burn spoon. He put the ball on the plate for Pulisic, he missed it. He gave it to Aspie and Aspie scored. The thing with Callum Hudson-Odoi that I love about this kid is He's a brilliant creator, brilliant passer, and he can score goals as well when he's playing on the left. Now, when people talk about star boys, man start talking about Foden, Greenwood, Saka. These men have done it in the Prem. So I can never say anything. I can never be like, yeah, Cho is better than those guys, because essentially last season Greenwood was clapping in the Prem. We all know what Foden's on, and Saka, since he's come into the team, he's never dropped. Like, he's been Arsenal's best player since he's come in. So when people talk about those three star boys, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing Cho can really say to them at the moment. But I've always felt since Sarri days, Callum Hudson-Odoi is the one. So he just needs the game time, man. He just needs the opportunity in the league to prove himself, because Lampard didn't give it to him. Sarri took a long time before he gave it to him. So I hope he just plays with freedom and keeps doing what he's doing, because 2 man of the matches in 2 games, like, this is he's showing the levels he's always been on. He's always been on these levels. He's just never been trusted. So, yeah, Boss Like Endo said Burnley had 1 shot the whole game. That's complete domination. Yeah.
That's good point. Because I was going to say, like with that Wolves game you were referring to, you had like 898 passes or something crazy like that. And I think you had like, was it 89% possession or something stupid like that? The 2 games I've watched you play, you've completely dominated the game. Like, it's pure domination.
Do you know what though? Do you know what? When it comes to that Wolves game, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't care. They let us have the ball. They let us play, and we didn't break them down, and we didn't score.
Sure.
So total domination. It's different from Lampard. It's different from what we saw under Lampard. But if we saw that under Lampard, every Chelsea fan would be frustrated and calling for his head. So I'm not over the top gassed about it.
You're right, but I think I do still feel like this is the first time I've seen Chelsea ever stamp authority in their football game. Like, ever. I've never seen Chelsea where because Chelsea give you chances, no matter what era it was. They always gave you chances. And in some cases, the earlier days of your, title reign, you were very defensive. But now you lot are saying, no, the ball is ours. Yeah. And that's a different, what it does to a team and a side mentally. This is why possession does matter, to an extent, because of the way you apply yourself in that game. And you're trying to suffocate any team that is playing against you. And it will be interesting against the big teams how you will play, because I think you're at home, if there are many home games left for you, that you're gonna have the ball and you're gonna be the ones imposing yourself on your position rather than letting the position come at you.
We've played against 2 teams that sit back and let you have the ball. And on Thursday, we're playing Tottenham, who you can assume they're going to do the exact same thing and just defend. So
that could be a bloodbath. That could be a bloodbath, provided your strikers are potent, which is
what strikers. What strike? Do you know earlier we were just talking about man that clap goals? Yeah, I was thinking it's been so long since I've had someone like Chelsea that just scores goals. When will we have a striker that can clap goals? Because boy, Werner, Giroud, Tammy, it's not them. So
Oscar, can you chime in a bit on one of my favorite players? I heard Jorginho's been doing bits, bro. Is he doing bits or are the random gassing?
It depends how you view the game, man. It really, Jorginho is a controversial figure in the Chelsea fandom, as I'm sure you all know. So he played in a double pivot, him and Kovacic in the last 2 games, yeah. And when Chelsea didn't score in those games, a lot of people threw the criticism at those 2 because they lack forward passing. Jorginho keeps it ticking over. He's sideways FC. It's going back, it's going side, it's never going forward. He's never going to give you a penetrative pass, maybe once in a blue, once in 3 or 4 games. So some people don't like that. But in a game where we dominate and win, like Burnley, he looks like a magician because everything goes through him and we play it on. So I think some people just expect him to be more forward thinking, and that's not his game. I think he's yeah.
Is it potentially because I think your forwards do move forward. I do think your forwards create space for themselves. Because I was thinking, is it because they don't clap goals? Would he want to do that more if your strikers were better?
I don't expect Jorginho to score. Is that what you're asking?
No. I'm saying, I feel like his type of midfielder, I feel like he's quite old school. And a lot of these deep line playmakers really rely on a lot of movement. Do you think that those forward passes that you want from him will improve if your front line improved?
No, I think Werner is forever making runs and he's never found. I think literally he's forever making forever, like you can't fault him on that. And I think the movement of our wingers, our wide players like your Pulisic and your Hudson-Odoi or whoever's playing on the wing, they're always there. The option is always there, I feel like, when I watch Jorginho. But it does heavily depend on who's partnered next to. Now, Boss Like Endo spoke about how is Kovacic not a permanent fixture in the team? He's a Rolls-Royce midfielder. Literally yesterday, Kovacic was passing balls forward. So when it came to Jorginho did his job and kept things moving, and Kovacic sprayed the balls a little bit better forward, and the team just looked better. But honestly, Mount and Hudson-Odoi were our best players, I think. Mount had a bit of a, the final ball wasn't always there, but he made us look good, made us look creative.
In your opinion, all criticism from fans aside, all the Lampard is his dad jokes aside, is he a starter at Chelsea's starting 11?
As long as Havertz is playing the way he's playing, yes. Because I think the way Havertz performed last season at Leverkusen, he's better than Mount, I think. But Havertz has been stinking at Chelsea. He's been stinking up the joint. And Mount has been our best player this season. No one can really argue that. So the way Mount played yesterday, I'm having Mount all the time. I'm having Mount. He's energetic. He's going to press. He's going to look for passes. The problem is he just lacks a bit of quality sometimes. His passing is sometimes off. It's sometimes the final ball just not there.
He's got PMP though.
He's not. Really?
Mason Mount has strong PMP, bro. He just doesn't have the final third quality.
He has heart. He has heart. You know what I mean? He's got passion. He's got passion.
I love Mason. Crack on, you know what I mean?
You love Mount, innit?
I love Mason Mount. He's a top player. Look at his age. Look at he plays. What did they say? His 50th Premier League game for Chelsea was against.
Is that it?
What do you mean, blood?
It's 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons, bro.
He joined the season, fam.
I know it's gonna sound silly. It sounds like he's been there for time.
It does.
It does.
I think we've had 51 Premier League games of football since he joined Chelsea.
Literally, bro. Under Lampard, he played every time, every single game. So
he'll find a way for him.
I think Mount is going to be very good, and in order for him to reach the potential, he needs to play. So yeah, but Mount, like if we're trying to win the league, I don't think Mason Mount is who we're going to build our team around. Do you know what I mean? Lastly, Boss That Endo said, so Oscar, you saying that Jorginho is basically like Thiago. He was going in, when we were talking about Salah, Boss That Endo was going in on Thiago as well, but I left those comments because the chat was too much. I think the issue for Jorginho is literally what B Arsenal Guna says. Sounds like you have no room for Kante in this formation. No, Jorginho comes out, Kante comes in. That's the way I see it. I think Kovacic is too cold to drop, and Kante, Tuchel loves Kante. Like, he loves him. He wanted him at PSG. He said it in interviews. I've waited. He said I've waited 3 years to work with Kante. We always tried to get him. Now I come to the place where he is. So Kante will play. I don't think Jorginho will.
He even bought his clone, Idrissa Gueye, as well. Anything you get, even if it's a snippet of similar action. Short black tackle.
Oh yeah. I'm trying not to get too gassed. Obviously, we've got Tottenham next, big game, and that. Let's see what we're really about against a team with players. You know what I mean? Boss Like Endo said everyone is dissing Chelsea's form, but they've only lost 2 of their last 7 and have kept 4 clean sheets in that. Yeah, our form was terrible though. That's why our manager got sacked. So it is what it is. February's key. February got Man United, Southampton, Atletico Madrid. It's peak. So let's see what
Europe is coming back.
Right.
I don't need Europe for, when it's like, I'm good having no Champions League, no Europa League this year. I'm just like, I'm good.
Speak for yourself, boy.
Yeah, I hear that.
I am speaking for myself. I am speaking for myself. That's all.
Hey. All right, let's run down the rest of the games. Leicester 1, Leeds United 3. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
PB9.
That goal was shower lip styly. Oh my days. His first or his second? His first.
Bamford.
Yeah, Bamford's goal. Woo! Some good goals.
Guys,
this week.
I took him out of my fantasy team, you know.
There are two players that don't leave. It is Fernandez and it is Bamford. Those two.
Get out of it. Stop it.
I'm not
Ernest was justified to take him out because Bamford has been stinking for a bit.
I left him. He's been in my team since day one. Him and Fernandez have never left.
Oh man, no, Leeds were brilliant, bro. Leeds were brilliant.
Lola said no Vardy, no party.
I'm looking at the manager.
I mean, yeah,
we can move on.
I'm looking at the manager. Right.
I know you are.
Really? I'm looking at.
Of course you are, Peter.
I mean, Leicester went to Leeds and won 4-1, yeah, and then they come to your perch and give you 3. Leeds. Come on, and then you score 1 yourselves. Big up Harvey Barnes, fantasy points, 100%. Unsung
Harvey
hero.
Barnes is a shooter as well, man.
He's been doing the bits for the whole season, blood. Yeah, he's the one that's in my fantasy team, bro, racking up points.
That's what was missing from him. He had the dribbling. He could get to the front. He was like a Wobie, but now that final touch. That final touch.
Hey, what? Brighton beat Tottenham Hotspur.
First one of the season at home.
And the Spurs fans, they're starting to see what Mourinho's like.
The video that went viral, Oscar, the video that went viral of that chick. What's her name? Is it Mel?
Oh, the one that said the Fulham and Brighton and them, man.
A1.
Go chat to Brighton and Fulham and them, man. That's what she said.
And then, man, what are the 2 teams that you drop points with? Hey!
You couldn't make it up.
Oh, you couldn't. Oluwa Damilola said, please don't use Spurs as a benchmark. We are bleeding. So I'm guessing you're a Spurs fan. Please comment how you feeling with this Mourinho Don. I need to know what Spurs fans are thinking because he's the man that's supposed to take them back to winning. Well, I said take them back. Take them to winning trophies. And yeah, Boss Endo thinks they're going to win against Chelsea. He said Mourinho is going to stink out the place with a 1-0 win. Earlier, we were talking about Graham Potter. Ernest was saying how much he rates him. And I think that game was a perfect example of why you would rate a man. He set his team out to attack this Tottenham team and create hella chances. Them man on execution, they just couldn't finish.
They are.
Should have been 3-0. The game should have been put to bed. Honestly, them man just can't finish. And it's not his fault.
On execution, they are the worst team in the league. Yep. What game did they play recently? They had 16 shots on goal. And it was, I think, 0-0.
They've got no finishers.
Oh, mate, they've got no finishers. I thought more power.
If there's one thing I love about them is how they keep the ball in defensive areas. Because I love Basuma. Basuma is who I want at Man United in terms of in the league. I love him. He's sick. He's mobile enough. He's agile. He's nimble, and he can tackle. And then you've got like Ben White and Lewis Dunk. Bro, and then is it March? Them man are on job, bro. You know what I
mean? Dan Burn, blood. That tall guy, fam.
Hey, Dan Burn is a basketball player, bro. Them man are Harlem Globetrotters.
Did you hear what Ernest said? I mean, sorry, what Adrian said. He's awful in the air. How is he awful in the air? How are you that size and you're awful in the air?
Yeah, bro, it's awful.
How?
He's tall for no reason, though.
That's why people like that annoy me. Do you know the other one? Harry Maguire. My man wins every header in the box, doesn't score goals. Why? You're annoying. You're annoying, bruv. You're annoying.
No, but you know what's even worse? He wins all the headers in the attacking half. Not the defensive half, in the attacking half. That's what's the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
Slabhead. Let me read some of these comments, Pete, because there's bear on Spurs. Lola O said, Spurs, I've been saying it, KNFC, if him and Son don't link up, it's a wrap. SW6 says, nah, Mourinho can't be blamed for that. Bale may also be finished. Mourinho can be blamed for that.
Bale came to do PGA Tour, bruv. Man like Bill McElroy and that.
Gareth Woods. Bale has come here for a laugh, fam. He's come here. You know what's funny? He's still got a year left on his Real Madrid contract after this Tottenham loan. Like, he has come on the piss up, blood. That is what he's come on. And Mourinho found out, and that's why he's never played him. He's coming on
the streets are saying that Tottenham had to pay out like 20 M's.
Oh,
What in terms of wages?
No, I think it's their part of the because I think Madrid are sharing.
Because
They're like paying up his wages.
So that's probably counts up to
great.
yeah.
If it's anywhere near 20 million, then I just want to laugh at Tottenham. That's all I want to do because they are like United is the dumbest club in the world, but Tottenham want the crown, man. Like
I think I found a good run for your money. Trust me.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. All right.
Pete, there's hella comments going at you specifically. So I wanna read them out. Bossla Endo said, I warned you, man, about Spurs. Peter had his butt cheeks out for them. He also said, I told y'all they were flying that bar. What? I told you even when they were flying that bus, Barson, Kane, Indobele, Region, they are a bang average side, the same squad that finished mid-table last year and lost to Norwich in the cup. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of people talking just Son and Kane. Footy Agenda says Son and Kane need to move on ASAP. They're risking their prime on mediocrities like Sanchez did with Arsenal. Suarez did the right thing by moving on. Damn it, I can't. Oliver Damilola says, allow Bale. He shouldn't be starting. He would cut up tired legs, but Jose's an idiot. It's not allow Bale.
Every moment he has to be playing, my friends.
It's not allow Bale. It's not allow Bale.
Every moment he has to be playing.
Abdi said, I said Spurs won't finish top 4. Man looked at me funny. Kane out for a while. They're going to struggle. They could be below Arsenal in a couple of weeks. He said that earlier. Pete, I'm going to give you a chance to respond. But lastly, Oliver Damilola said, Poch said we needed a rebuild, but fans said he lost the dressing room. Now, the same fans are crying about the players not being good enough. Now they want to trust Jose with a rebuild? What?
What are you talking about?
That is a very good point.
And that segues into the thing that we're talking about in the group. So, like, in your guys' opinion, what constitutes a success for Jose at Spurs, once his tenure is done, and what would constitute as being a failure?
For Jose or Tottenham?
For Jose at Tottenham.
Tottenham needs to win the trophy.
Do you mean for us to look at him and rate him?
I guess so, yeah.
Because for me, like, I think if he wins the League Cup next month or whenever it is, that's a success. But my opinion doesn't change on Jose if they win the League Cup. Do you get what I mean?
Does it change if he doesn't and he ends up winning nothing in these 3 years?
Yeah. I don't know. My stock in Jose is quite low at the moment. I'm not going to lie to you.
How low can you go?
He bought them Premier League.
He's at Tottenham.
And Oscar, that is the line. That right there is the line. He's at Tottenham. Adrian, the only failure for him at Spurs is the second bottom half of the table.
Oh,
and I tell you why. Because £15 million, yeah. Listen, Adrian, that team is not good. And I said for years about Pochettino on this podcast. I've talked about how Pochettino made us believe Spurs were something that they were not. They made us believe. We were deceived.
Man said, wallahi, it's a false image.
I don't think
it's a false image.
It's a false thing. Because let me go through that team. Yeah? Because Hugo Lloris, none of you, man, are taking him. None of you. Not even Chelsea. You're not taking him.
No.
I take it. I take him.
Stop it. Stop lying. It's not lying.
Okay, fair enough. It's not much to go off. He's not great.
The right back, Aurier and Doherty. Who's taking them? Which one of you? Which one? Let's move on. Davinson Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
No, keep going. The whole defense is a write-off.
Hired Toby Alderweireld. Eric Dyer. Reguilon. I hear that. But I'm not taking him because I got Kieran.
I'm not taking him.
No. But Reguilon.
But you're not taking him at your club because you got competent, great left.
I've got the best in the world. But generally speaking,
he's good. But I'm saying I'm not practicing him You're not purchasing him. Not many are purchasing him.
That's niche though. Like if you didn't have a left back, you'd take him.
Yeah, but if
No, but worse, if I did have a right back, I'm not taking Uriah. You know what I mean?
listen, mate.
No. But Pete, you'll take Reguilon though.
Yeah, like
Take him.
yeah.
You've got one left back, like you said.
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him.
But anyway, yeah.
We're
What
moving
do
on.
you say? He starts for all of us.
Does he start? Ahead of Tierney. Ahead of Tierney and Robertson.
Oh, okay. Tierney's question. Yeah, no, do you know what? Yeah, I didn't even think when I said that
I
because
know
Tierney
you.
and Robertson. But Chelsea United definitely.
It sounded like you didn't think. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Musa Sissoko, Giovanni Lo Celso, Jetson Fernandez, Eric Lamela. The list goes on. Who are they? No one here, and we need midfielders. Please believe.
And you know what's mad? I'm not taking Ndombele.
Ndombele is listen. If it's the Ndombele of Tottenham Hotspur, no. If it's the Ndombele of Lyon, yes.
No. But I don't think that those are two different people.
Yeah.
Ndombele is arguably their third best player. My issue with Ndombele is, as much as we wanted to laugh at Jose putting him on some diet here, man still does 60-minute FC. So I'm not taking him.
Facts.
I'm not taking him.
Nah, he's been playing. He's been playing longer than that lately.
After the 60th minute, he doesn't run.
Bro, he's on a ketogenic diet and he's on after 60 minutes. No, I'm not trying to hear it.
He doesn't run at the hour mark. He stops.
I don't need that when I've got Thomas Partey. I don't need that. I don't need that stress in my life. I don't need it. Bergwijn.
Apparently, Taggy is walking into all of our sides.
No. If you're talking about ability, of course, it's like if you're talking about ability, Özil walks into a lot of teams in the league.
Facts.
But there is a reason you're not taking Özil.
Correct. Spot on. What's his name? Bergwijn. Are any of you not taking him?
No. Burgers and wine. Get out.
Burgers and wine. No, you're not taking him.
I'd rather burgers and wine than Bergwijn, to be fair.
But here's the thing. We've just ripped and destroyed Tottenham's team, Adrian. We've destroyed it. Now, Kane, Son, no brainer. You're taking them. But we're talking about this team and what Mourinho, like I said, what Poch did. Let me tell you, Poch is a fantastic coach. That's what it comes down to. And when Man United were sort of toying with the idea of Poch, it was a case of, stop it. Go to his house, give him the briefcase, and bring him over to Manchester.
Then I've got two very good questions for you.
Go for it.
Why was Pochettino sacked in that case for Jose Mourinho? That's one. And secondly, do you not believe that this Tottenham side are good enough to win a Europa or Carabao Cup?
The first question, to answer your first question, I said to you in our chat, headline FC. Tottenham Hotspur are a headline team. Remember when they sold Bell 100 million? What did they buy with that purchase?
That was negligence.
But what I'm saying is, it was all about status. It was about the headlines. When they built their stadium, it was about being 61,000, so it was 1,000 more than Arsenal. It was stupidity like this. A league hasn't won. A team that hasn't won the league since TV was black and white.
1961. Man hadn't even walked on the moon yet.
Huh?
Man hadn't even walked on the moon yet.
Beta Max. That's what they won the league. That's what they won the league on. Okay. So, and to answer your second question, no, they are not good enough to win a trophy, blood. What trophy?
Personally, maybe I'm looking at it too simplistically. I don't know. Genuinely, I look at it and I feel like Jose Mourinho, if he doesn't win anything at Spurs, I classify it as failure because he hasn't improved what
Jose Mourinho is not a magician, fam. Yeah, and this is the thing. The reason why he will go like second tier to a Guardiola, for example,
over the past 2 decades.
What I'm saying is the reason why he comes second to a Guardiola is because he needs the recipe to win anything. He needs the right ingredients to win it. If you don't get managers like Klopp and even Arteta, you know what I'm saying? People who have won trophies, they don't necessarily have to have everything aligned. Not all the ducks got to be in a row. And it was the argument I made about Mourinho at Man United. I said, listen, one of you has to bow. Man United either bows to him or he bows to Manchester United. Shout out to Ernest because he's got what's it called? Duck out, yeah? So peace out. What I'm saying is that Tottenham Hotspur's team has never been that good. And Pochettino, what he was so incredible at, he did it with Southampton, guys. Let's we forget. Do you remember how good he was under Southampton? They looked amazing, right? They looked amazing, right? And then he went to Spurs and he rebuilt something going on there. He got some good players that were coachable, and he still had a lot of wash. That's why he complained about the transfer window. Because at the end of the day, when it came to the big meat, facing Liverpool in the final, facing, you know what I'm saying, trying to get into to win the league over Leicester, they finished first. You know what I'm saying? It was the thing of, look, here's the reality of it. I can give you so much, but here's the reality. And if you want to talk about that Champions League group final, are we going to do that? Are we actually going to do that? Now, listen, I'm not saying they were just lucky. Of course, they had to be there to do it and win. And they did. But we all knew, every man and his dog knew, they shouldn't have been in that final. And the team,
it should have been Ajax. It should have been Ajax. We all said that.
As good as the teams they faced were, Ajax were a better side.
Even
Man City were a better side.
Even Man City, the way they went out to Man City, the way they beat Man City.
They were both better sides, but they got the job done.
And Champions League, we've had this before. Champions League, we've had teams in the final that we think they should have never been there.
Chelsea Football Club in 2012.
Exactly. I mean, I go back to Mourinho's Porto with Monaco. What are we doing? Do you know what I'm saying? And even this year,
that was such a weird final.
It was bizarre. And then you could probably ask, last year's final, Bayern and PSG, were they the two best teams?
Yeah, I would say that. I would say for a fact they were the two best.
Liverpool. I argue Liverpool because I think Liverpool had that.
Yeah, but Liverpool got popped, didn't it?
Whoa. They didn't get popped. Liverpool
that was incredible.
Liverpool inches of going through that game was bizarre. And look what Atletico did the next round. Look how they pitifully went out. You know what I'm saying? It was a joke. But anyway, what I'm saying is, look at Totti on the Pochettino after the Champions League final finish. What I'm saying is he took them as far as he could, and what Spurs, what Spurs need to get over. What on here? What Spurs need to get over, and what Levy needs to get over, and what everybody else needs to get over is Spurs are Everton, Leicester City. They are not Chelsea, Liverpool. They're not in that category. They're not there. But they've overachieved for so long. Say again?
I was just meant to take them there now.
Well, give him the tools. Give him the tools. He cannot make a friggin', you know what I'm saying? He cannot make the steak with no beef. At the end of the day, give him the stuff.
Are you? Is there any possibility that you're giving Jose too much rope there?
In fact, no. If you look at it in another way, depends how you look at it prospectively. I'm saying Jose doesn't win unless he's got it all together. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for
I'm saying like
any description.
Say again.
I'm not asking for a league. Like, fair enough, if you're saying that to win the league, to win the Champions League, yes, he needs the full stake. But bro, actually, I was gonna make a dead analogy, but basically, what I'm saying is he's got enough there to win either a Carabao Cup or a Europa League, in my opinion.
You could say that until he plays Man City, teams better than him, Liverpool. When he plays those guys and he loses to those guys, you can't say Jose failed at Spurs. That's ridiculous.
So then what's the point of him being there? That's supposed to know.
Ask Tottenham that question because we all agree. That's what I'm saying. Tottenham need to come a step down and remember who they are and where they are. They're not what they think they are.
No, but the team that's challenged for the league, they've been in cup. Well, how much have they been in cup finals? But definitely been in cup semi-finals. Of course, they've been to the Champions League final, for God's sake. So, like, for me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, the next progression, we have to actually convert one of these into a win. And
you have to come to the trophy.
We're going to get the best manager over the past 2 decades because obviously Pep started in 2007 and obviously Fergie cut off in 2013. Jose's been there through it all. And he's won at every club he's been at, even Man United has won at.
Yeah, I agree. But he's at those clubs you mentioned, they're better than Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, well, let me read what
considerably, and I feel like the finals you're talking about, the Champions League final, the semi-finals, the league, those are more so exactly why I say they're not there. They are Everton, Leicester of that ilk because they're just shy. They haven't won a trophy.
but that's the point. They're just shy. So Jose is going to be the catalyst to take that over the edge. You know, that's the whole point.
That's what you want. That's what it's there for.
Adrian, we named Liverpool, Tottenham's team. We've just named it and destroyed it.
Yeah, I think you're giving him rope. I think you're giving him rope.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that he can't do well unless he's got the ingredients. He doesn't.
I'm asking for well.
Yeah, but I think what you're doing right now is giving him almost an excuse for how poor they're performing.
Oscar, wait there. If he loses the cup final to Man City, he loses. Let's say he loses the semi-final of the FA Cup to a Liverpool. No, they're not even in it. To a decent side, a good side, a side better than them, and they finish top 6 or whatever. Has he failed and he gets sacked in the summer? Has he failed?
No.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think he does.
Failed.
I think it's a very interesting argument.
It's ridiculous to think Jose Mourinho, at the minimum, is going to win a trophy at Tottenham Hotspur. It's ridiculous to think that. I told you when he signed, I said, you know what? This is great for Jose. Do you know why? Because he can't fail. He can't fail at Spurs because they're not that guy.
Let me read some comments from Oliver Damilola, because obviously Tottenham fans are speaking. He said Arsenal were in the same position this year, 14th. They didn't sack Arteta. Now it's coming around. He's referencing when Poch got sacked. So earlier he said Poch got sacked because players like Toby, Ericsson wanted to leave. All of his new signings got injured. He then went on to say, Jose said he liked the squad before he got here. He said he didn't need any new signings. Now he's made 6 signings. He said he had the ingredients.
What? Are you sure?
I wouldn't believe what Jose says in that respect. I wouldn't believe what Jose said.
He said that the Tottenham squad was better than Man United, but maybe because he's another one that fell for the trap that Spurs were actually better than they were. This is the thing I'm trying to say, guys, is that Spurs actually ain't that. And do you remember when I first said that on the podcast many years ago? And you guys thought I was just a hater to Tottenham, and I'm just hating because I'm an Arsenal guy, right? But I was saying, no, guys, Pochettino has done things at this football club where you have to say, do you know what? Give the guy another 5-year deal and back him to the hill. And then they didn't back him. And then they went and gave Jose all the money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no sense.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's an interesting conversation, but I guess we should move on to other teams.
I know we say winning the League Cup is something that Tottenham should aspire to do. I agree. But we were mentioning earlier about Man City. These men still care about this thing. Like, if Man City like this, then fine, get rid. Then Spurs have an open goal. But guess what? In the FA Cup and in the League Cup, they're playing Premier League top teams. Yeah? In Europe, come on. They're a shower of crap in Europe. Okay? And even if they did get to that Champions League final, it showed me more about Poch than it did about the team. And we all know that. Like, them being in that final and turning up against Liverpool, it was a classic Chelsea in 2012, where it's like, how have this team got here? And then even also, Chelsea went and beat that side. You know what I'm saying? They went and beat, and that was a case of, Chelsea's team wasn't that trash. It was just it was terrible in form. AVB was a shower of crap. And, to the extent where even Di Matteo made it work. Does that make sense? So Tottenham don't have the tools and never had. And we're talking about here, why are we talking about Kane should leave to save his life? Why are we talking like that? Because the team isn't good enough. Anyway, that's for me, Jose can't fail unless he's in the bottom half. Mid-table, if Tottenham are mid-table and don't make Europe, he's failed.
That's a hell of a lot, bro. That's a hell of a lot.
It's not, bud.
If he finishes 8th, that's good enough.
I think so. No, because 8th don't get you in Europe no more. Like 7th and 8th.
Yeah. That's my point. If he finishes 8th, that's good enough.
Sorry, no. What I mean is, if he doesn't, okay, let me rephrase. If he doesn't make Europe next season, he's failed at Spurs. Fair?
Oh yeah.
Not that if he doesn't win trophies.
You're absolutely right. We should have backed Poch and never even thought about sacking him. But you're still making excuses for Jose. Is Jose not a better manager than Poch?
Like everybody's great in their own way, and it's because like the Jose thing. I used to hate Jose Mourinho back in the day because I just used to think he's a checkbook manager. You give him all the tools, of course he's going to win the league. That's how I looked at him. But he did it so consistently over time. He's not a great coach, but he knows how to set up games. He knows how to manipulate the football pitch. He knows how to get ahead of the fixture, one step ahead of the manager that he's up against. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when he was at Real Madrid breaking down Guardiola's empire. Like when he went to Inter Milan and won the treble. Like when he was at Porto, he was getting in Fergie's head in that quarterfinal against Manchester United. It was all those things where, look, give me the ingredients. You're damn right to beat this unbeaten Arsenal team. Have you seen the money I've spent on on your SCNs and your frigging Drogbas of this world and everything else? So when if Tottenham had a 5-star team or even a 4.5-star team, Jose Mourinho will flourish at that club. They will flourish.
Right. Should we move on?
Knackered. Right. I was just going through the fixtures. That's what it was. But anyway, yeah, I don't think we should rest on it long. Everton 0, Newcastle United 2. Big up Callum Wilson with the 2 goals.
Should have had 4. Should have scored 4.
4. Yeah. Everton. I don't know if that's a blip or whether that's just we should pay attention to that. I'm not sure, but I don't remember the last time Cavaliers scored.
I think that the top 4 is nearly done.
Wait! Breaking news! Squadron Mustafi has gone to Schalke or Fear. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God for that. Flipping hell.
I felt that.
That is enough.
Oh. Anyway, you were saying.
But yeah, I feel like the top 4 is get to that point where you kind of know who has a chance or who has a say in it. I think the top 4 now, you've got United, City, Liverpool, Leicester. I feel like Chelsea still has a say in it. And I feel like even though West Ham are having an amazing run, I don't think they're going to make it. So I feel like Chelsea has a say in it, and I still think Tottenham has a say in it. But you're still having a rough idea of who's going to Europe next season.
I think the only team I would rule out is West Ham. The rest of them, we just don't know. I agree with you.
Yeah, man. I think Chelsea are in the top 4. I think it's Chelsea, City, United, and Liverpool. That's
we should be, man.
Chelsea, City, United, Liverpool.
That's the top 4 quite easily. I saw one evil combination of Mustafi and mistakes. Fam, listen.
The evil he has done is actually enough.
The chains are broken. The chains have been broken, guys. We have got Mustafi off.
I'm actually annoyed he's gone. Like, I love the calamity of errors that he used to make on a regular basis.
He was calamity. And it's funny because, like, year on to, like, after, before Mustafi, we had the calamity with, like, players like, let's say, even Mertesacker because he was too slow, or flipping Koscielny when he had a mistake. Like, there were times we always had a mess. Johan Giroud, someone brought up earlier today. You know what I mean? Like, it was ridiculous.
Shout out Sam Fisher, man like Sam.
Sam Fisher.
He said Arsenal slowly chasing top 4 while Jose implodes. Nice. SW6 says he cannot watch that comp. Tears will surface.
Listen, I will get angry if I watch it, and I think for my sanity and for the love of the people in my household, I don't think I could do it, because when I do it for watching Almunia, I'm ready to throw things everywhere, drapes. Do you know what I'm saying?
It brings it all back. You remember the game. You remember the 3 points. You remember where you were in the league that time.
Yeah,
you remember it all.
You would have gone here instead.
Yeah,
flipping out. Yeah, Palace 1-0. Big up Eberechi Eze. 1-0 over Wolves. Also, while we're on Palace, just quickly, just want to mention midweek games in it. Palace played. They lost 3-2. Michy Batshuayi got his first goal of the season, lads.
Hey, 9 to go.
Level
first of 10, guys. First of 10, I'm telling you.
9 to go. 9 to go.
Flipping hell. West Brom 2, Fulham 2. Drop points for both teams. It was a 6-pointer, that one. I think Fulham more so. I thought Fulham would
Fulham had to win it. Fulham had to win it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Sam, you're naming them. You're killing me. You're killing me. Senderos, I'll say Senderos no, but he met Didier Drogba, and that was
yeah. I was gonna say
yeah. Senderos,
raw.
But that was it.
Lola said Batshuayi's only one off Martial.
He's
coming for the crowd. How many more than Origi though? Oh
no, Origi scored 1.
In the league.
No, You said all comps, no?
No, when I said all comps, you told me no.
No, you started comparing Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium is all comps.
I support Liverpool.
Belgium is all comps. In the Premier League, Origi is playing with world-class ballers and he's not clapping. So what do you mean so?
You knew that when you made the bet.
I clapped my hands. I washed my hands with Origi when he failed to capitalize against Burnley.
So that's what tipped the boat. It wasn't the past 18 months. Ever since he cut off his dreads, he lost his magical powers. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. And lastly, Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1. Jesus of Nazareth.
What?
Southampton have gone down. Southampton have gone down.
Adrian, you'll know why later. Why I'm saying that. But we will move swiftly on from that.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
We'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
We'll get there. We'll get into it. Don't worry. We'll get into it.
Sam Fisher said, do you man think defending is a dying art nowadays? The last great defensive display in the Premier League was Jagielka against Manchester United.
Not dying.
Yeah.
It's deceased.
No, but we know it. We ain't got. First of all, let's watch Man City. Ruben Diaz and Laporte. And Van Dijk, guys. When we have Van Dijk, he's cut above the rest. And
guys, I'm not gonna lie. Every single week, I watch Thiago Silva put on a clinic.
And then Thiago Silva
clinic.
I have to give it to him.
How to defend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Defending 101.
Trust. So I don't think it's a lost art. There are less quality, top quality, yes. But when they're there, jeez. When they're there.
Yeah, but I do agree with his overall point. Defending is good.
I think so. Okay.
You've only named one team in essence, because what you've named a man that's injured, you've named a 36-year-old, and then there's City that's left.
Yeah, in all fairness to Sam, the art has definitely vanished. Goal of the week. Oh, there's some tough ones.
There's a few here. There's a few.
You guys don't even need to ask me. You don't.
It is Mo Salah. I can't lie.
The thing is, guys, as much as I want to agree, I have to do this, guys, on national television. Patrick Bamford's goal, Jesus, was bad. was bad. When I saw it, like the feels.
Peter?
Yeah.
The people in the comments are voting. Yeah. Footy agendas.
Oh, Alonso! I forgot.
Marcus Alonso! And that was a style. But also, he's gone for the midweek one because Højbjerg hit the cracker.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. That goal was sensational. He's also got a special mention for Salah and Eze.
Yeah.
SW6 also saying Marcus Alonso.
Hold it there.
Lola also saying Alonso.
The deft touch. The touch on the thigh. And then the bang! Oh my God! It was
for me, it has to be Marcus. It has to.
Wow!
I felt like they won me over because I forgot about that goal. Actually forgot about it. No, it was finished.
Guys, he chested it, he kneed it, and he volleyed it in behind him. No, sensational goal. But bruv, Patrick Bamford's dummy before his finish. Do you remember the dummy? It was so faint, and it messed that defender up. And then he buried it. Top, like across goal, top corner.
Different strokes for different folks. It was a good week.
And then, of course, Salah's goal. The play was unbelievable, but the deft touch to kill the ball dead from that second goal was sensational. Guys, I think for the first time this week, if you want to disagree, that's fair enough. I think for the first time this week, we have to throw all three of those goals in goal of the week.
Why are you saying three? Why are you saying three? There's two for contention, PR.
You're telling me Bamford's not up there?
Bamford's was great. It's great. It's an honorable mention if ever there was one. But I think we're torn here between Salah's second goal and Marcus Alonso.
All right, well, the streets are spoken, It's a democracy at the end of the day.
I said Alonso, innit? That's the thing. There people.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot Alonso's goal, so I'm swapping over from...
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've spoken, so we have to do a vote. It is a democracy. We live in a somewhat free speech country. Let's get the voting in. Mo Salah.
Jimmy Robinson or not? Nothing.
Wow.
That's what I meant. you are free unless you're him. That's what I meant.
Wow. Woo! Marcus Alonso, Oscar, or Mo Salah? Please vote.
Marcus Alonso has to be for me.
Robin. No,
Marcus Alonso.
Okay, you said it already. And Adrian.
Going Salah, mate.
You're going Salah. The streets have spoken. Do you know what? For the fact that he's come back into the Chelsea side, the fact that he was ridiculed, his last performance was against West Bromwich Albion in the 3-3.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
He's made Chilwell warm bench again for the next game because I can't see Chilwell getting on this game next after this performance from Marcus Alonso. The wing back position favours Alonso for sure because Conte played with him as well, right? And it works for him. I have to give it to Marcus Alonso for goal of the week, and I think there'll be one more coming from him as well this season. There'll be another.
Oscar, what did you make of that celebration? It was a bit weird, and not weird.
Do you know how I felt like? I felt like Marcus Alonso was like a toxic ex that you've been broken up with, you've lived your good life without, and then they call you on Christmas Day and say, "How's the mum?" You know what I mean? Just doing all the things that you know. How can he hold the badge? Look, Marcus Alonso is Chelsea's third best left back. He is whack. I don't want to see him play for Chelsea. Like, no. If we sold him today, I'd have been happy. No way. Chelsea fans are getting excited because he scored a banger. He always scored bangers. He's just whack. Yeah. He should only ever play for Chelsea if he's playing up front. That's the only place I want him to play.
Well,
never left back.
The Tuchel ball.
Huh?
Not even on the Tuchel time.
Nah, man, he wasn't good. Throughout the game, he wasn't good. Chelsea played all their ball on the right-hand side with Hudson-Odoi and Mount. We couldn't pass to him because he's whack.
Fair enough.
He's whack, bro.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with that. Left wing back is his best. That's true.
He can't cross, guys. He can't cross.
So what
guy, blood?
He just literally getting to goal scoring.
He's got decent pace. He's strong and he can finish.
He's quick.
It. No, he's not quick.
He looks haggard to me, man. But I don't know.
He's not quick. Like he's not good. Like he's not good, bro. I'm done with the guy.
All right.
As I said, Conte, miracle work. How he managed to win with that back four, Victor Moses, Marcus Alonso, Cesar Azpilicueta, centre half,
and David Luiz. Don't forget David Luiz. Honestly, Conte's title has to go down in history. The players you just named that he won the league with are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but the ones ahead of them.
Some breaking news. Joel Matip to miss the rest of the season.
My guy.
Raw.
Guys, you know I love Joel Matip. Like, I think he's so underrated. I think he's so good.
I might forget what he looks like after this injury.
Yeah, I can't lie. He's done out here, bro. He's done out here. He needs to leave Liverpool now. He's done.
Wow.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. Pete, let's move on to the of the weeks.
Player of the week.
That I'll give to Mo Salah.
I'm
going to go back to.
I want to go.
Yeah, the reason I take it back to him because obviously Liverpool haven't been doing much, and even when Salah wasn't scoring everything, I feel like this week he woke up. So against Spurs and against West Ham, I felt like it was a very good week for him, getting 3 goals. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it to him. I'm happy.
Guys, Patrick Bamford,
yeah. Forget Diaz.
I was thinking, Adrian said Diaz. What? Because they're clean sheet against Sheffield United.
Oh no,
can't score at all.
It was a bit of personal bias, yeah. But personally, I thought Sheffield United played well, as I always do, I guess. But for me, I was just hoping. Every time I was hoping Sheffield United would do something, Diaz was there. It's a brick wall, man.
He's solid. He's freaking solid.
Oh, I forgot. You watch City games hoping that they drop points.
Yeah,
I've left that period. I don't watch them hoping they lose because they're never gonna lose.
It's a shock when City lose. It's a genuine shock.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Guys, bro, PB9. Yeah, peanut butter.
Oh, no, let's not give him nicknames, man.
He scored and got 2 assists, right? I mean, and he scored a worldie. He didn't even get in team of the goal of the week.
No,
Well,
I'm
Yeah,
happy
shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Are we taking into account midweek?
I mean, yeah, but everybody like Salah did well against West Ham, but I didn't really remember him against
Spurs.
I mean, a certain star boy got 2 man of the match performances. I'm just saying.
Who was that?
What Curtis Jones, yeah?
I was gonna say, what, in a 0-0 draw against Wolves?
Hey, man of the match. This is player of the week, not team of the week.
This guy. Bro.
Bamford for the 2 goals. I'll give it to him.
By the way, Man City, Sheffield United, yeah? After Sheffield United done a good performance against Man United, did you see the defending for the goal?
Oh my
days. And what makes
Your boy.
what makes it worse is Aaron Ramsdale's positioning. And when he falls over, it makes it look like a circus.
It's absolute circus.
It was an absolute joke of a goal.
How the Spanish boy, I've forgotten his name, but how he was able to get through there was unbelievable.
No idea. Ferran Torres.
All I could think was Brahim Diaz. I don't know why. Yeah, Ferran Torres. How he was able to get there. But his bum was on the floor at a point and he got up and couldn't believe it.
It's
crazy.
Do you know what?
Peter, Lola O retweeted a thread of Mustafi mistakes. I'm going to send it to you now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, watch it tonight. Yeah.
But look, I think we will. Salah or Bamford?
We'll get to Bamford. Bamford got the already.
Bamford for me. Bamford.
Patrick Bamford is the player of the week. Who is the team of the week?
Man, no, I'd actually say Liverpool, man. They an aggressive away victory against an informed side, and then they beat Tottenham, of course. That was also away. 2 away wins. Yeah, give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, Man City gave West Brom 5 and then beat, obviously, Sheffield United 1. Yeah, Liverpool 2-3-1 victories against 2 decent sides. Yeah, I think Liverpool get it for me. Liverpool get it for me.
I can't argue against it.
No arguments, yeah. No arguments there.
No arguments there. Okay, who's not that guy? Can I get started, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, go for it.
How many that guys are there this week?
I've got one.
I've got one, but I think it's the same as yours.
Yeah, I think my one's the same as yours, Peter.
Let me kick things off. This man was born in Wirral, England.
What's that, Scouser?
I think it's Cheshire.
It's Cheshire / Scouslands. Half it is in. Wirral is in. Yeah, no question. It's just across from the Peel.
This man, since he's had his career in football, he's been nothing but joke. He's been nothing but for the camera, for show business. Everything is exaggerated for no damn reason.
What's the Jeffers?
Yeah, man can guess in. Man can guess. The man was born in 1968 on June the 2nd. It's an old geezer. Bloody hell.
Footy Agenda said he's got 3 not that guys, and I'm going to read them out.
I completely forgot about it. The other 2, I completely forgot about because there was a few Mazines this week.
We'll read them out after, but go on, Peter.
Is he from AFTV or is he from something else?
I don't think he's from AFT. I've never seen him on AFTV.
If it's who I think it is, then
I've seen him on the Lee Gunner thing.
Yeah, on the Gunner thing.
Yeah. That's who he's talking about.
All right, cool.
Pete, carry on, and then we'll get to Footy Agendas after.
Yeah, this guy is an absolute moron. I definitely and he's not allowed. If you support a football team, you're not allowed to ref those games. Is that correct? This man seems to be always refereeing this one particular team in particular. I'm not going to say the team because it might give it away. But anyway, his actions on the weekend were a frigging disgrace. Okay, it took place at St. Mary's Stadium. Southampton 0, Aston Villa 1. And I told you, Adrian, hold it there because I want to get to it.
Couldn't believe it.
Matty Cash deliberately, ladies and gentlemen, handballed the ball in the penalty area, right? And they said on VAR, what was it? It came off his thigh. I don't give a damn where it came off. His hand moved towards the ball. My man was in the cup. This guy thought he was Emi Martinez. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They gave the goal. They gave man no penalty for that. The next action I want to take onto this as well is when Southampton score a goal in this game, right? Was it Danny Ings, Oscar?
It was.
Danny Ings buries it as he does, right? Buries it past the net. Assistant flags. God knows what for. What are you doing? You don't need to flag, okay? There's no reason for you to flag. But they went to VAR, ladies and gentlemen. And why did they go to VAR? The stitching of the shirt was in an offside position. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss? Ladies and gentlemen, I need to put this guy, and I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame, but I want to add him in there if he's not already in the Hall of Fame, because his actions were disgusting. Do you hear me? They were just.
It was a joke.
It was a frigging joke. And the referee on that night, it's not the person who's not that guy, but the referee on that night was Lee Mason. And normally I will give him a bundle because he's one of the worst referees in Premier League history. But the VAR referee, I found who you are. Michael Dean. You're not that guy, cuz. The decision making in that game was so horrific. I had to find out who was the VAR on that day. I never know who the VAR is on that game. I went to the Premier League website and I looked at the game and I searched for match officials and I found Michael Dean on there.
David Coote is bad as well.
Garbage he is. And Mason is awful.
I want to extend that into referee in the last 2 weeks. Michael Dean is not that guy, but we've had referees come. We've had 2 accounts where referees have come out after the game and said, we have got this decision wrong. That changed the courses of the entire game. One in Man City's and one in Manchester United. In the fact that 2 times now, we've had official referee said, no, this shouldn't have stood. And they've changed the rules mid-season. Excuse me? Can you not apply the rules first time in general?
It's frigging ridiculous, Robin. It's frigging ridiculous. We've got TV.
One.
It's not like you haven't got the technology. It's not like you haven't got the money. It's not like you haven't got the manpower. You've got it all.
Hey, Adrian.
What time to watch it again? What?
Adrian, for the life of me, they've got an assistant VAR referee. What that person's role is, I haven't got a clue. But they're still getting it wrong. So even though Mike Dean got it wrong, let me find out who the assistant was. Andy Halliday. He's another awful referee. When you see him, he's awful. So you as the assistant looked at Dean's decision and said, correct.
Yeah, mate.
He's never called Mike Dean again. He's called Michael Dean from now on. He's a frigging atrocious referee. Garbage. Yeah. He should be revoked. Wenger said that these referees need to have professional licenses. He needs to take that one off him.
Was it the only country in world football where refereeing is a profession?
And then he said, that's why none of them go to the World Cup. He said, that's why they never go to the World Cup. Yeah, because they're shocking.
You know that these decisions are affecting title races and relegation.
It's honestly.
Just ask Neil Warnock at Cardiff.
Neil Warnock against Chelsea at the Cardiff City Stadium was a picture.
I have to put my hands on my head for it. Just to do it justice. Just this.
Warnock certainly did.
Honestly, he could have knifed somebody in that moment. He couldn't believe the incompetence at the Premier League. This isn't Sunday League. This isn't Hackney Martyrs.
It was like, you fool. You don't know what you've done. You can't even comprehend what you have done.
That referee set Cardiff down. He set them down.
I think they only went like 2 points, you know?
Yeah, they only went down with 2 points. And they were salvaging a win against Chelsea. Did Chelsea draw in the end? No, you lost. They won in the end, didn't they?
We won.
I thought we won.
And you should have. But Cardiff should have won the game.
Yeah, they were better than us on the day. They were 1-0 up, and then we beat them 2-1.
The offside in that game was ridiculous, unbelievable.
So
I
want to move on to footy agendas. Not that guy. First of all, what's that ender has asked? When can man come on? You can come on when you show your face, bro. I
we need to know who you are.
I don't know if you're 10 years old or 60 years old. I don't know. Like, I don't even know. SW6 says even that Aston Villa decision last season saved them.
Honestly,
I agree. Yeah, you talk about the VAR.
No,
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United got the goal, and they said no.
They shouldn't be here. And guess what? If they weren't here, where would Jack Grealish be?
Where would Liverpool be? Who knows? That 7-2 set us back, man.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles has joined West Bromwich Albion officially on loan. I'm distraught with that. Distraught.
Anyway. Disappointed, maybe. Distraught.
Nah, man, I'm distraught.
Let me get to Footy Agenda's Not That Guys. Boss that just asked me to put in a midweek show. We'll talk about that after. Footy Agenda said, not that guy number one. Marseille fans, after a bad run of form, the fans stormed the training ground after
was hilarious.
And setting nearby trees on fire.
Honestly,
it actually happened. They had to postpone. Marseille couldn't play that evening. They had to postpone the game.
Bro, correct me if I'm wrong. Did not Patrice Evra like kung fu kick a guy, a Marseille fan, when he was playing for Marseille? Like, them men are wild, fam.
They're wild, bro.
Them men are wild. Don't play with European ultras. Don't play. Don't play. Anyway, Oscar next.
Wait, there's a few comments here that I want to get to. Peter, as long as he shows up, then hopefully things can turn around for Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Does it mean we'll have him, though?
No. Let it go, man. So sometimes when loans happen, I'm just like, you gotta let it go. That loan, you're never seeing him again. No matter how well they perform.
Ainsley Maitland.
Boss at Endo said Matip to miss the rest of the season. Sorry for you Liverpool fans, man. Matip's my guy, but Salim Issa said, "Where's Ernest hiding after the Blades masterclass?" Ernest was actually here.
Go back in the video in the stream or watch it later.
The first 2 hours, Ernest is here.
Where is he? Where's the Blades masterclass?
Shout out to the Blades masterclass. You need about 5 more of them if you'd stay in this league.
I lie.
So,
trust me, Salim, we ripped into Man United's defense on that one. We went inside.
Something random. Adrian, Minamino's also gone on loan. Looks like. How are you feeling about that?
He's gone what?
He's gone on loan. Southampton, apparently.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I genuinely couldn't care less. He can pack his bags and get lost for like it. He's not good enough. He's 26 years old. He's physically not cut to make it in the Premier League. He's certainly not cut from the cloth to make it at Liverpool. You know, it was a nice move. We'll probably get a deep ton of profit for him, and we could both go our separate ways. That's it.
Damn.
I don't care. Ox, Shaqiri, Origi. There's a whole cluster of them. I know. I said Milner. I know I said I should give Milner a testimonial because of the service he's put in for 6 years. But Milner can also go as well. That's why
The thing is, everybody's finding out, that Minamino is 26 years old. Like, he's a big man.
Nah, Joyce, I ain't gonna lie. I always thought their man were older because their man just look good. They look after their bodies, blood, and they turn up they're 30. And you're like, raw, nimble, moving like that, yeah.
I love the fact that Boss Like Endo said it's a bit harsh. These times he's cussing Salah and Thiago.
I lie. Oscar,
I hear you.
Not that, guys.
Adrian, did you want to go? Or
wait, Oscar, the other one that Footy Agenda's put on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
AD, should I read Footy Agendas or shall I?
You might as well because he was in the middle of his ones, isn't it? You might as well.
All right, cool. He said, not that guy number 2, Barca FC.
You stole my thunder.
That's exactly what I said. Do you want to read it, Adrian?
Do you know why?
You're coming for.
When I said
1.2 billion euros of debt, replaced Neymar, Iniesta with Coutinho and Griezmann, gave Messi a 500 million contract, plus paid Suarez 14 million to terminate. He's leading top goal scorer for Atletico. How crazy is that? AD.
You know what? When Ernest said that United is the dumbest club in the world, I always disagree with him because there's always Barcelona. Barcelona are the dumbest club in the world. The stuff that they've done, they've gone from being number 1 to a shower of crap in 3 years.
Honestly, 1.2 billion in debt?
Guys, I don't think you understand what these guys did, what they thought was appropriate. They went into a season, into a La Liga Champions League campaign with Martin Braithwaite as the only established number 9. They let Luis Suarez goal on a free to direct title rivals, and at the grand old age of 34, I think he's got 13 goals in 16 games. The team he went to are 10 points clear with them in hand.
I said it's 2 games in hand. I said it's 2 games in hand.
And then I see the free kick he scores against, is it Cadiz? I think he'd flipping out.
The gallons and gallons and gallons of crap these guys have signed. You know, if it's not Kevin Prince Boateng, if it's not Alexis Vidal, if it's not spunking 144 million pounds of Felipe Coutinho, he only had 6 months of consistent world-class form. That's only when he was playing for a move. You to play on the wing, was it? To play on the wing, was it? Because after apparently replaced Iniesta, what was Coutinho brought in for 144 million pounds? You know, they've got these incessant vanity projects. Griezmann is another one. Griezmann, that's not the profile player you need. They went and they spunk some money on him. Ousmane Dembele rotting away. This from top to bottom, it's an absolute farce.
Do you know
farcical.
Do you know how much money you've just spoken of there? Do you know how many players do you know in world football that are bought at the same club for over 100 million? How many times?
And none of them banked. You would have thought they learned their lesson. You would have thought.
Oh my God.
Bro, let's not even get started on Arta Janet. Let's not even get started.
Yeah.
No, go through. Bring it through.
Oh my God.
This is a team that is rapidly aging out. They needed to sort of regenerate and bring in younger players to stop what's going on now. They then send away a 23-year-old midfielder and swap him for a 30-year-old.
70 million quid.
I mean, it beggars belief. It beggars. And then they wonder why Messi's had enough. They wonder.
Yeah. No, facto. Listen, man said Barca back in 2001. Fam, oh my days, yes.
You know, the Barcelona, all they had was the Nike tick and the logo, no sponsor.
Yeah.
That bastard.
Wow. You have done that.
Ever since they got rid of Neymar, it has been nothing but downhill.
Oh, Yannick is a fossil. I'm sure he's on FIFA 08. And the thing is, he's in himself or within the context of what Barcelona were doing. I just can't deal with it, man.
Bloody hell.
Adrian said, I'm sure he's off FIFA 08. Oh,
bro, come on.
Well, I'll go for these Brazilian names.
Paulinho. Remember when they signed Paulinho? That funny.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, guys.
Oh.
No, it's really bad there. It's really bad.
And they gave Wolves Semedo. Have you seen him?
He's not great.
He's not great.
He's not great.
Oh, man. Wow. Barcelona, you've done well. Next.
Little tag team. I like that.
Oh, that's it. No, we're done.
Chig.
Oh yeah, no. I thought I'd just put that out there. I didn't think we were going to talk about that because that's next man's channel.
Why is he there?
Oh, do you want to know?
I think I know, but there's more than one. There's more than one video or one clip of this guy flopping the bits.
Then what?
So, Adrian, if you don't know, I don't want to explain it to you. I
mean, I don't know.
We'll leave it at that. He's not that guy for sure.
What's his name?
So he was. His name is Chig. He was on a live stream with Lee Gunner. Apparently, they're watching. I think it was Arsenal Southampton, and basically, there's a clip that's been taken from this live stream and thrown onto Twitter, where it looks like my man is getting a little too comfortable watching the stream, and he forgot he's on camera, and he's doing some things that should never be done on a stream.
Was it? Good question. What was it? Was it Barcelona or?
Barcelona?
Wait, what?
What's 08 Barcelona?
That's gone over my head.
Wonderful football, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah. To be fair,
yes.
The noises he was making, it was like he was watching 08 Barcelona.
Okay, so Oscar, there's another one. There's another one of him where I don't know if he's somewhere, right? They're watching another live stream. It's another football game. I can't remember who the game is against. But I think like the camera goes down. He's on his phone or whatever. The camera goes down, and all of a sudden he's got nothing lower half.
Wait,
Nothing
what?
on.
Yeah, he's got no trousers on. You
He's
see
got no trousers on. I'm just, I'm just seeing two thighs. I'm thinking this is not a KFC bucket. What the heck's going on?
You can get put on that kind of behavior, can't you? What's going on?
I said I'm seeing two thighs. Yeah, it's nuts.
He's moving mad. All jokes aside, what's going on? He's moving mad, man.
The brother is moving mad.
Not the second time. I don't think it was real, innit? I think the video just looks very questionable, but he's not actually doing it.
He's got an itch. That's what I said.
Yeah. He looks like he's scratching an itch, but he's really enjoying that scratch. That's what he looks like.
Whoa.
It was too mage.
What's going on here?
Honestly, blood, that was sus at the best of times. All right,
Boss Night Endo wants predictions. Let's go to predictions.
Let's do that, man. Come on, it's nearly 3 hours. We're going to get into the fixtures. Oscar, are we doing a pod on Thursday night?
Oh, you're asking me, mate. What are you lot on? It has to be after the Chelsea game because I'm watching that Tuchel ball.
Damn, it's Tottenham Chelsea. You don't want to do it live?
Yeah, I'm watching the Tuchel ball with my eyes. Like I wouldn't be in the pod if that's the case.
Because he's too cool. Get it?
Gee. All right, let's go through the fixtures anyway. Anything entertaining? Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen, 6 o'clock. Get your eyes on BT Sport, who, by the way, have got all the fixtures in midweek. Well done.
Yeah, I saw fantasy football.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Wolves against Arsenal. Let's go.
Well,
I'm going Arsenal.
Wolves have been in horrible form.
Awful form.
Yeah, they need something. They need some sort of resurgence, and they got a new striker. And his name's Willian.
Are you away? Are you at Molineux?
We're at Molineux, my G.
Okay. Then if I'm being honest, it'll be a draw.
I think Arsenal win that. You lot will have Saka back, Aubameyang back. They're both in training. I think you win that.
But you see Wolves, yeah? In a 38-game season, Wolves are a team, they'll win 12, draw 12, and then lose 14. Or whatever, or however the match goes.
Yeah.
Just can't predict. They can only.
I hear that. Yeah, I'm going Arsenal win, away win. At 8:15, Manchester United at home to Southampton. Another team, by the way.
Southampton at home is bogey, annoying. Whenever they come to Old Trafford, it's so annoying to play against.
Yeah, I mean, Southampton surprised me where they are in the league, and I think they're another team like the Wolves where they've actually been on some bad form, and we just haven't noticed it.
Man, they're in bad form. I think United beat them. I think they threaten to look good, but yeah, I'm just not seeing it. I can't see them beating.
Yeah, their form is actually quite terrible. Lost to Aston Villa, lost to Arsenal, lost to Leicester. They beat Liverpool, but lost to drew with West Ham, drew with Fulham, lost to City, drew with Arsenal. Yeah, it's not been great. I'm going Manchester United home win.
Yeah, I'm going United.
2-1.
2-1, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any other saucy game? Nothing else looks appetizing.
Liverpool, Brighton.
Yeah, Liverpool at Brighton 8:15 on the Wednesday.
Comprehensive 3-0. I think the last time I said this was 2018-19. I said Liverpool have got three games in a row. We need to win them. I believe it was like Newcastle, Arsenal, and Man City. Similarly, we have 3 games in a row. West Ham, Brighton, Man City. Yeah, for me, we have to win our next 3 games if we want this league title. So
I'll tell you what, yeah, that's going to be a massive game. Massive.
I'm going to captain Salah. Simple.
Oh yeah, definitely captain Salah.
I'm going to captain
that. Liverpool win.
I don't know why I captain Calvert-Lewin last week. I should have known.
Calvert-Lewin?
I don't know. I thought Newcastle, he ain't scored in a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad shout.
Other tasty games to watch out on that same day. Leeds at home to Everton. Aston Villa at home to West Ham. Nice.
That's a good game, that.
They're nice games. Thursday night, Spurs at home to the Chelsea. What are we predicting?
That's a good game.
I tell you what, if we beat Tottenham, I might turn into Chig on this podcast.
Wow.
Hey, I would love it if we beat them.
Okay, guys, Oscar has to be cancelled now. We got to get Oscar on there.
Yeah, whoa.
Oscar,
no. If you're gonna cancel me, there's got to be something legit for canceling me.
That's wild.
That's not legit.
That was a wild statement.
That's not legit.
I put like Edwards.
You put it, Oscar. Oscar couldn't even bring himself to explain what he did. Now you're saying you're going to do it, brother?
No, because Adrian said this the Barcelona way.
On the comments.
He was talking.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Said Oscar was speaking figuratively. Adrian was talking about Barcelona 08. So I'm saying, innit, if the Tuchel ball is enough to beat Jose, then I'll be very happy.
Bro.
Oscar. So
get out of it.
For beating Spurs, man wants to do a chig? Are you serious, man? for some Tuchel ball.
He's funny.
I
was talking about the style of football.
Oh dear.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Never influence.
Oh my God. So who hasn't been cancelled left? Who's left? Who survived? Robin and Dowdy, yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah, David ain't been cancelled.
Coming, man. Don't watch that. Yeah, Spurs, I'm going to go with a Chelsea win. Tuchel ball.
Bro, even Niklas came back to cancel me.
Trust me.
We're Chelsea brothers.
Trust me.
We're Chelsea guys.
Anyone can get it, fam. Anyone can get it. Lampard got sack blood. Anyone can get it, fam.
Anything can happen live TV.
That could be Barnes. Oh my gosh. Do you know who's not that guy? Oh my days. I forgot. Mr. Not that guy. Mr. Not that guy. Let me find it. Let me find it. No, I'm going to find it. There's another not that guy. I'm going to find it now.
Yeah, big up to Lola giving us the updates. Obviously, Willian to Newcastle.
Yeah.
As well as she said, Josh King to Everton. Good signing, I think. I think that's pretty decent. They need more than one.
Do you know who I want to bring up? It's really random. But I feel like I just need to give the guy props. Fabrizio Romano, that guy
on fire.
In a space of a year and a half up to 2 years, has everyone unlocked. I'm seeing La Liga, the official account, using gifs of him saying, "Now here we go." I'm just like, okay, this guy has smashed it.
When man says, "Here we go," fam, get the cake and custard.
It's on. Here we go. Guys, I've got my not that guy for this week. Yeah, all the other ones have been great. This one is also great because it's okay. So this person now, obviously,
sorry, Lola's comment is hilarious.
I missed it.
But regardless,
because that's questionable in any sense. What you needed was an inch. Get him out of there, no man.
She was waiting.
You know why? She's waiting for the opportunity to get me out of here.
Yeah, she didn't have enough evidence on you, but now everyone.
They're chatting about you though. Boss that Ender said AD has been moving sus in recent weeks. He's on fraud.
Because I said.
Yeah, AD's been moving weird. I can't lie.
Why? What have you done?
What? Because I said Coutinho was only good for 6 months.
That's why I guess. No, but that's not why Abdi's cancelling you. He's got you for something else. He said you're still cancelled. But anyway, let me get to the final note. That guy. Yeah. So obviously, Manchester United, unfortunately, or fortunately for me, lost to Sheffield United, and obviously,
yes, I did want to bring this up. Yes,
Axel Tuanzebe was obviously at fault. Well, not at fault, but one of the goals deflected off him. And of course, the nature of this country, when a player performs badly on a football pitch, they get targeted by racial abuse. Of course, Anthony Martial was subject to that. Also, Liverpool, Reece Williams, Chelsea, Reece James. A lot of black players are just getting abused lately. So obviously, everyone in the football world has been talking about it. There's a particular person, a particular reputable journalist on Twitter came out and said,
yes,
more sickening abuse of black players online now. Axel Tuanzebe and Anthony Martial targeted. Man United urged social media platforms and regulatory authorities to strengthen measures to prevent this kind of behavior. Completely right. But the problem lies deeper. Education is key. Hashtag kick it out. So that was tweeted by a journalist, which, fair enough. It was then responded to by a YouTube content creator called Deluded Gooner. Shout out to Deluded Gooner. Makes good Arsenal content.
Yeah,
he said, maybe people should stop assuming racist folk are uneducated. So basically, because the first tweet said education is key, and Deluded Kuna is basically saying, bro, look, there's people that go flipping Cambridge, Uni, Oxford, they're educated to the highest degree, they're still racist. It's got nothing to do with education, right? Then, so he said, yeah, maybe stop assuming that racist people are uneducated. Then, this journalist responds by saying, nobody is assuming that. But to tackle the issue, it needs starting early. Ask John Barnes. He always says education, education, education.
You got roped into it this time.
I'm sorry. Now, this white journalist, yeah, shout out to you because you're a legend of the game, Mr. Henry Winter.
Oh, dear!
Henry Winter, PR.
Oh,
Henry Winter.
I'm never watching this stuff again. Never.
Man is talking about racism in football, and he said, look, I can say what I want to say, but if you want some expert advice, ask John Barnes. He's taking the mic.
Bloody hell.
No, what made me remember it is because when they were typing cancel Oscar, somebody typed cancel Oscar Barnes. They added Barnes onto my name for somebody who should be cancelled. And you're telling me I should look to this man for guidance when it comes to racial issues. Get out of here, Henry. Oh, and it's so horrible. Do you know why? Because it's deeper. I know it's funny that we do these not black guys, yeah, but it's a deeper issue. The fact is, yeah, this guy is a white journalist that talks about football, who's been a top reputable name in the game for years, yeah. And to think when it comes to a racial issue, he's thinking, oh, I don't know how it feels to be racially abused. So the words of John Barnes are gospel to me. So whatever John Barnes is saying on flipping Sky Sports, that's what these men are taking as what every black person feels. Garbage, man. Absolute garbage.
The truth is with Henry Winter as well, like I feel sorry for Henry Winter because that's what his expertise lies on, is he thinks it's him. So like in a sense, Oscar, you bring up a great point because this bigger issue, right?
I'm reading these comments, bro. What the flip are you not talking about?
Bring in.
Oh my god, Boss Like Endo said Oscar and Peter's father works for white people. John Barnes. What? John Barnes?
Oscar,
why are you violating your pops? Family. That's his family is everything. He's not my dad. No, don't ever.
Oh my days, that's bad.
Abdi065 said, let's be real, white people on let's be real with these white people on like us when they only like us when we're doing well, is basically what he's saying. If you have a standout personality or make a single mistake, they're quickly onto you. Yeah, man, horrible stuff. For your agenda said, Oscar, watch out for Michael Richards. He's John Barnes. I don't know, man. I see people trying to throw Michael Richards in there. I don't know just yet, bro. I don't think he's as bad.
Michael Richards is interesting because I feel like he's close to saying something stupid.
Yeah,
like
yes.
He's like, you know, like he tries to explain, and it's like,
He hasn't
got the words yet. But he can make a mistake.
He tries to give the rounded view in it. So he always gives someone the benefit of the doubt. But he did a documentary on racism the other day on Sky Sports. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll watch that. I'll watch that. I saw he spoke to a lot of people on there. Gary Neville, some of the women's people.
And what I like about it as well, he talks to like Asian people as well. Like he talks about basically anyone that's discriminated, you know, or like, you know, lack of diversity, whatever it may be.
Yeah. You know, I'll watch that before I judge like what his opinions are on racism. Yeah. He's had limited time to speak. John Barnes has been talking about this for years, bro. He's been on this for years, so we know what John Barnes is about.
An anti-Zionism. Like as soon as he hears that, it pops out the wormhole somewhere. The experience. And the thing is about people like John Barnes is damaging because that's why, you know, what he says is so damaging to people because people will take that as gospel, as Oscar said.
Literally, as Henry Winter's done.
Yeah, man, horrible. And I like Henry Winter, but you're not that guy. You're not that guy for that one. SW6 says Michael Richards needs to be more aware. You don't have to answer everything. I think he does, though. He does. Like they can't be on there. Like, because I remember they had him on a panel when the PSG versus Istanbul thing happened, and they asked him to speak about it, and he again was doing the political both sides kind of jargon. He has to speak. You can't be the only black person on the TV show, and they ask you about racism and you don't say nothing. I feel sorry for him.
I agree.
That's a fair point. Hey, Uncle Peter, patting your Uncle Barnes, G. He's ruining your reputation. Man, that's
your uncle.
Man, like John Barnes, blood.
And like Uncle
Peter. Yeah, that's it. That situation rubbed me the wrong way because it really opened my eyes as to what kind of situation we're in. These men are literally hearing John Barnes and be like, ask him, he knows.
That's the maddest thing, innit? Obviously, they'll look at the fact of how he was as a player, and you know, when Messi starts to talk about something or Ronaldo talk about something in years to come, we may turn around and be like, yeah, man, what he's saying is levels, but then it's like, you know, they could be way off, and
yeah.
you know, you have to remember what Barnes was like as a player and how influential and impactful. Like if Maradona comes out and you know, R.I.P. If he came out and said something that sounds wild but borderline normal, like people will flock to it. You know them ones. And so yeah, but man, Barnes. Yeah.
Boss that Endo said, I'm a Jamaican Liverpool fan. Barnes is the reason I support Liverpool, but he's making me hate him. Fam, yeah. I swear he said he was 18. Like you didn't watch John Barnes, bro.
Barnes, you know. But yeah, man. Yeah. Oscar, let's wrap this up. Are we doing the weekend fixtures then? If we're not doing a live?
Nah. There's no point because personally, I can't do for a long time. I can't do predictions for the games after the ones that I've just predicted because I need to see what happens in those games.
Yes, they inform you of decision.
Fair enough. Yeah, they do. Yeah. All right, guys. With that said, listen, Top 4 podcast on the Twitter, on the SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube's at Top 4 Podcast live every Monday, 8 p.m. Make sure you lock in. Thank you to everybody who's commented. Big up yourselves. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Share. Do whatever you have to do, man. Get us, help us get up out there, man. We love doing this. We do this for you guys. So big up yourselves. With that said, people.
RP.
Yo.
Are we on the platforms that Kring uses? What's his name?
On the what?
We're on the platforms that Kring guy uses.
Who's that?
The guy that we're talking about. Chig.
Can we stop talking about him? Can we never mention him ever again?
Bro, we have to have more views than that, brother. Yeah? Let's at least that. At least give me that. Yeah, give me that.
All right.
You know what you gotta do, mate.
Oh dear. With that, guys, we will sign out. We will see you next week live 8 p.m. Peace.